Good morning to you and welcome to the AM show here on Joe News. It's Tuesday, right? The 11th day of August 2026. Gradually, we are getting to the end of the year, isn't it? This is the 8th month. We've crossed the 10th day already, and we are entering or veering into the 20th day. Today is 11th, and I know that you are still keeping on going, because no matter what it is, it takes, tenacity to win. If you fall at every temptation that comes your way, or at every obstacle you seem to pull back, you will never win. Remember the maxim: winners never quit, right? And quitters never win. So who are you? Who do you want to be? I'm sure you want to be a winner, or you are a winner. And therefore, no matter the temptation, never quit. Let me show you how this, or run you through how today will go. We'll bring you the AM News update. Nicholas Yama will bring you that one. We have sports for you, and then news review. Now, on news review this morning, on Matters Horizon, we take a closer look at some of the major issues making the headlines and demanding answers. First, a forensic audit into Ghana's embassy in the United States has raised questions over the handling of funds, including reports that about $19.2 million was collected from applicants. What exactly does the audit say? Who paid these monies, and where did the funds go? We examine the facts and the accountability questions arising from that particular report. Then, the controversy surrounding the Cocoa Board bill continues. While a minority is calling for broader consultations and raising concerns over aspects of the proposed legislation, the majority has pushed back. What exactly is at stake, and does the bill adequately address the challenges confronting Ghana's cocoa sector? And as the Ghana Association of University Administrators, GAWA, takes industrial action, or embarks on an industrial action, we assess the reasons behind the strike and its potential impact on university administration and the broader academic system. Is the strike justified? And what can be done to bring the parties back to the table? Joining us this morning for the discussion is Dr. Bernard Tutubuahini, a lecturer himself in political marketing at the University of Education, Winneba. Kojo is Executive Director of INSTEP and a member of the NPP's communications team. Also joining us is Hobson Adoya, Director of Field Operations of the United Party, and Mohammed Issa Bataglia, MP for Sisala East and board member of the Tamale Refinery. Let's have breakfast together from now to 10 a.m. and as we take you through all the issues that need to come your way. We have a very interesting event as well for you on the show. Now, AM News is up next with Nicholas Yama. My name is Samuel Kojo, and as usual, I do this with Emefa, Akosua, Adeti. Good morning, and thanks for choosing us.
Good morning and welcome to the AM News. I am Nicholas Eko Yamwa. The AM News is sponsored by Palladium Residences. Now, former Adansia Sokwa NP and lawyer for Dr. Kwabena Donko Katie Hammond says the bribery case that led to the conviction of former TOR managing director Asante Kweku Beko does not establish that the former power minister received any bribe. Speaking on Joy News Prime last night, Mr. Hammond said the evidence presented in the U.S. case did not directly link Dr. Donko to any alleged payment.
I have been instructed to put up the statement that I have. That's what my client says. It's not a matter of me saying anything. And when you say, how do I intend to defend him? I don't understand. What are you talking about? How do you intend to defend him? He's not been charged with any offense. So how am I going to defend him? He's not asking for any defense. It's the allegations that those of you in the media are putting up all over. In some respects, not exactly your station, but some other stations quite irresponsibly. That's what triggered us to come up with a statement to make it pretty clear, put it beyond the argument that he has absolutely no knowledge about this matter. That's not a question of how intended defending him. You defend your client when there's an allegation of criminality against him and the person has been charged. Then you defend the person in court. You don't defend over the media and in the public domain.
Yes. What are your expectations so far? Have you even been invited? Has your client been invited by Yoko or any government official?
No.
Your client has not been invited?
Not as far as I know, no.
Now, the Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni says judicial reforms, including the creation of special courts, continue to face opposition from politicians. Speaking at the Senior Staff Association of Judicial Services Second Quadrennial Delegate Congress in Sunyani, he defended the court's mandate to tackle cases, including those involving corruption and illegal mining offenses. He said the reforms will be successful if judicial staff embrace change and new ways of working. Precious Emefa has more in the following report.
The Senior Staff Association of the Judicial Service of Ghana, SAJOG's Second Quadrennial Delegates Congress, is ongoing in Sunyani on the theme Trade Unionism in the Service, Partnering Management for Quality Justice Administration. The Congress is an opportunity for members to discuss welfare issues and the support needed from the judicial service to improve justice delivery and promote industrial harmony. SAJOG President Maureen Suta Marilyn reaffirmed workers' right to join organizations to advance their interest and appealed to the Chief Justice to conclude their salary negotiations.
No workforce can deliver excellent results when it appears that there is a perpetual uncertainty about ever attaining decent working conditions. In the last 3 years, the service has seen the exit of a good number of staff. My Lord, I will remain grateful, especially for the coming into force of the CI 141 in your tenure of office. May I respectfully use this opportunity to humbly plead with you to ensure the implementation of the CI and the conclusion of salary negotiations for 2027 before you leave office.
Minister for Labour, Employment and Jobs, Abdul Rashid Purple, called for a shift from the traditional understanding of trade unionism.
It shifts our focus from a trade union that is not merely a defender of workers against management, rather a responsible trade union that is a partner in institutional development, productivity, ethical conduct, innovation, accountability, and quality service delivery. Similarly, progressive management must not regard the trade union as an obstacle to efficiency. Rather, it must view trade union as an important institutional partner.
Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni said the judicial service cannot fulfill its constitutional mandate without a motivated, fairly treated and professionally committed workforce. He further said the judiciary is pursuing reforms to improve justice delivery despite its political opposition.
We are pursuing reforms designed to make the administration of justice more efficient, more accessible, and more responsive to the needs of the people. Special courts have been created. As usual, it has a lot of opposition from politicians who are who speak with different tongues when they are in power or when they are in opposition. Now, special courts have been created to take care of what we have been we have been hearing every year, fallout from the Auditor General's report. We have special courts to deal with Galamsey, which is a national menace. And yet, instead of getting a pat on the shoulder, some members of the society think that these courts have been set up to get them. If you don't have any skeletons to hide in your cupboard, if you see anybody going to your cupboard, you don't get frightened. The reforms that we have embarked upon will succeed only if the men and women who operate them are prepared for the change. That requires training.
Precious Senevo Joy News, Sunyai.
Away from the judiciary, let's turn our attention to the mining sector. The government has directed the Minerals Commission to take administrative control of the Adamus mine in the Elembele district following the revocation of 3 mining leases belonging to Adamus Resources. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Akufo-Addo says government priority is to revitalize the mine, protect jobs and ensure it benefits the host communities. But residents are demanding a new investor. My colleague Natalia Kwanzaa has more in the following report.
From above, the scale of the Adamus concession is unmistakable, but beneath the expanse of this mining operation lies a complicated question. What's next for Adamus? It is a question Lands and Natural Resource Minister Emmanuel Akufo-Addo sought to confront during his visit. His first stop was the Eastern Nzema Traditional Council. The engagement comes after government's decision to revoke 3 mining leases belonging to Adamus Resources, a decision that has since been challenged by the company. But today's visit was less about revisiting the decision and more about what's happening to the mine from here.
The objective is simple: to make sure we revitalize the mine, to make sure that the mine will not only benefit the people of Ghana, but will also benefit the communities around the mining area and the Elembele district. So we can create jobs and make it a vibrant mine. There's a lot of potential for that mine. And so the assurance is that every step that must be taken to ensure that the mine is right is why we are here.
From the Traditional Council, the minister proceeded to the Adamus mine. Government says the objective is to ensure the facility is brought back to life while protecting the jobs and interests tied to the operation.
Following the report of the Minerals Commission to the Chief Inspector of Mines with recommendations of grave violations of the Mining Act and mining regulations, a recommendation for revocation of some of the mining leases here, Salma, Congo, and others were recommended. The minister agreed with them. There was a petition, and we formed a ministerial review committee to look at it. That work has come to an end. And I have concluded to uphold the revocation. What that means going forward is that the Minerals Commission should with immediate effect take administrative control of this mine.
For the minister, revitalizing the mine goes beyond restarting production. He says the operation must create jobs and generate tangible benefits for Ghana and the communities that host the resources.
The priority is to make sure that the interest of the country, the mine, workers who work here, and the sanctity of this mine and the safety of it should be the top priority of government. And so that's why we're here, and we want to make sure that this mine is up and running, and to assure the workers here that the intent is always to make sure we work with them to protect their jobs
But getting the mine running again comes with significant operational challenges. The Interim Management Committee says one of the major concerns has also been the delayed completion of the tailings storage facility.
Apparently, the tailings dam construction has exceeded its timeline of completion for over 12 to 18 months. And so that has been a challenge. So the position space in terms of freeboard was adequately limited.
For the communities, however, the conversation goes beyond getting the mine operational. At a meeting with the minister, Salma Assemblyman Yakubu Aziz called for a new investor.
We have stayed with Adamus for almost 19 years in operations. What we are calling for is the government to intervene. We are calling for a new investor who will come and handle the company very well.
The question of who eventually operates the Adamus mine and under what condition remains unanswered. In Athalia Kwansa, Joy News, Elembele.
Away from mining, the Ghana Health Service is training frontline health workers to identify suspected cases of neglected tropical diseases during routine household visits and link affected persons to treatment. The initiative, supported by the World Vision Ghana, is part of efforts to integrate NTD screening into Ghana's free primary health care program and improve access to care for vulnerable communities. My colleague Namoko has more in the following report.
Many people living with neglected tropical diseases, stigma, and living in remote communities continue to keep them away from healthcare. Programs Manager at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Joseph Labi, says frontline health workers will now be equipped to identify signs and symptoms of the diseases during household visits and refer suspected cases to health facilities.
These conditions are found in remote areas, in rural communities, so they hardly come out. So we are building the confidence, and it's also stigmatized. Those especially with lymphatic filariasis, that condition is so much stigmatized. So we are trying to tell everybody in the community that, look, you don't have to kind of hide with your predicaments. All right, even if you are hiding, the community health nurses will come and find you, talk to you nicely, and refer you to the health facilities. So that is basically the reason why we are doing that. Yeah.
However, World Vision Ghana Health and Nutrition Technical Specialist Irabna Dazi indicated that the initiative will also link affected persons to the National Health Insurance Scheme and other support services to improve access to treatment.
Yes, so the gap we are seeking to address is the neglected gap, because as you see already with neglected tropical disease, the name already tells the kind of disease that it is, but they are very debilitating diseases that can affect anyone. If somebody missed getting malaria, then the person could also miss getting lymphatic or elephantiasis, as we all know, because the vector, the mosquito that causes malaria is the same mosquito that causes lymphatic. So if you had malaria, then it means you could have also had elephantiasis or lymphatic. And because of that approach or that area, we want to work collaboratively to eradicate the disease.
Health experts say the program is being implemented in Ga-South, Kasena Nankana West, and in Kwantana North, with 272 frontline health workers and other stakeholders expected to be trained. Kojo News, now more course report, read to you.
NADMO says it has enough relief supplies to support more than 91,000 people displaced by the June 29 floods. The assurance follows a $1 million donation from the United Arab Emirates, including mattresses, rice, and cooking oil. Director General of NADMO, Dr. Joseph Kunyon, says international support has strengthened the organization's response capacity, but wants such assistance mobilized before disaster strike. The following report has more.
Weeks after the June 29 floods displaced thousands of households, government is turning to international partners to strengthen relief efforts for affected communities. The United Arab Emirates has donated relief items worth $1 million, including mattresses, rice and cooking oil. The items were facilitated by Minister of State for Climate Change and Sustainability, Seydou Issoufou. Receiving the items, NADMO Director General Dr. Joseph Kyong said supplies are enough to support the more than 91,000 people displaced by the flood.
As a nation, and that is why the relief support is so huge in that margin. I want to say that in that regard, we have enough relief items to meet every victim's need based on what we have received so far. NADMO need you more when there is no disaster. It is the only way we can prevent the disaster from happening. It is the only way you can minimize the occurrence and then the magnitude should it occur.
After reaching out to 67 embassies for international assistance, Seydou Issoufou says Ghana is also expecting technical support from Japan to strengthen disaster preparedness and response.
Last week on Thursday, I had a meeting with the Japanese embassy. Okay, they are looking at technical support. They are looking at support from, giving equipment. So what we are doing is not only distributing rice and sugar and things. We are expecting that we will have that support, that people will invest in equipment, so that we can present that to NADMO to assist them in, the work that they are mandated to do.
The UAE says the relief items were deliberately purchased locally to support Ghanaian businesses and contribute to local economy.
To increase the economy of the country itself. This is the reason why he already mentioned, His Excellency, that we're buying from the market to increase even the economy of itself. And we wish you all the best. And this is all which has been provided for all has been imported from the market.
Government says it is engaging up to 100 embassies to mobilize additional international support for communities affected by the floods. For Joy News, Mavis Kabuko's report read to you.
Before we bring you business updates, 33 girls and young women have been rescued from trafficking and sexual exploitation in a weekend operation, with survivors telling investigators they were allegedly made to pay 20,000 Ghana cedis to secure their freedom. The operation was led by the Anti-Human Trafficking Unit of the Ghana Police Service with support from the Child Rights Organization and Challenging Heights. The survivors are currently receiving care, including medical attention, psychosocial support, and shelter from the organization. Dr. James Kofi Annan is president of Challenging Heights.
Over the weekend, Challenging Heights supported an operation that led to the rescue of 33 girls from forced sexual exploitation. This operation was led by the Ghana Police Service, supported by Challenging Heights. And the girls are currently in care with Challenging Heights. A number of these girls are believed to be children, and unfortunately, most of these girls are unwilling to speak at the moment. These girls who are being forced into commercial sexual exploitation were forced to pay their own travels to Ghana from Nigeria, and now to liberate themselves and gain their freedom, they are required to pay a minimum of 20,000 Ghana cedis to their exploiters before they can be freed. So they pay their own way into Ghana, and they have to pay their own way out of bondage. And because of this, these girls have been held as the properties of these traffickers. There are a number of people in the chain of trafficking. We are identifying from the interviews that we have conducted from these girls that there are local recruiters in Nigeria who recruit these girls, and then some of them come with them to Ghana as madams.
Coming up next is the business update on the AM News.
Let's do some business updates now. And senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Benjamin Amwa, has warned that volatility in global gold prices could pose a risk to Gold Board's new forward foreign exchange program aimed at raising funding for its operations without support from the Bank of Ghana. Speaking on Business Live, he urged Gold Board to exercise caution in managing the program to minimize potential fiscal risks.
Possible that in the pricing of the gold, based on which they are going to mobilize the money from the funds from the commercial banks, it is very possible that the pricing on which Gold Board anticipates to sell the gold or export the gold may not materialize because gold prices are very volatile. So you may lock in a contract at a particular value based on your reading of the market, which is normal. When you have the gold and you go onto the market to sell, it is very possible that the prices that you anticipated that you have sold or exported the gold for, you will not realize it. That will again expose not only Gold Board, but the commercial banks. And if that should crystallize, what it means is that Gold Board may not be able to meet its obligation.
Great. Now,
Gold
talking
Board
about
is a state-owned enterprise. And in that particular case, it becomes a fiscal risk where the taxpayer will not have to come in to bail out Gold Board. So it is prudent that Gold Board will not go ahead of itself to overpledge its ability to have the gold that they are going to sell.
Well, the International Monetary Fund has stated that it still expects Ghana to end this year with a growth rate of 4.8%. This is despite fresh global development that poses major threat to the economy. There's more in the following Business Desk report.
The IMF, in its latest staff report, is basing this projection on the fact that Ghana has been able to build some shock absorbers that would help minimize the impact of these threats. Now, some of them include a strong pickup in Bank of Ghana's reserves, as well as some targeted spending by government to areas that would stimulate growth, and a fairly stable Ghana cedi. Now, based on the several scenarios that the fund has put together, doesn't see things getting bad for Ghana in terms of its growth rate. The fund also doesn't believe that development in the Middle East would adversely impact on Ghana's economy going forward. Well, it looks like the IMF is still measured about its growth outlook for Ghana compared to government, as some officials believe that the country could end the year with a growth rate of 6%.
And that's how we wrap our business update on the AM News. Back to you, my adopted Ahanta brother, Nicholas Yahwa.
Thank you so much, Brace. In fact, I want to say good morning in Ahanta. The last time I tried, it didn't really work out. How do I say just good morning?
Mabahi.
Mabahi.
No. Me. Me.
Me.
Ma.
Ma.
Be.
Be.
Ahi.
Me. Ma. Be. Ahi.
Good.
Me. Ma. Be. Ahi. And so... Me ma ben ahe. Okay. Sure, and that's it for the AM News. I'm Nicholas Akosua. The AM News was sponsored by Palladium Residences. Up next is sport. Meba ahe in Ahanta, which means good morning. We have more coming for you on the AM show. Stay tuned.
Having signed up for the Joy Sports Invitational tournament, the details I was just saw gone by for this year's competition happening at the University of Ghana Stadium on August 29. August is a month of invitational tournament, and you need to get your corporate organization to be a part of the other institutions that have already signed up for this year's event. The likes of Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, 3D Wireless and Co., as well as ASICS Pension Trust, led by Mr. Ifeanyi Owari, Heritage Christian University, Tropo Farms will be in their office later today to bring you their build-up to the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament happening at the University of Ghana Stadium. We also have Royal Kingdom Estate, as well as Also Services, LAC Community Bank, Gold Key Properties, Toyota Minerals Commission, Virtual Security, as well as Ayuda. They've all signed up for this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. We also have Latex Foam, Valais Lease Equip Limited. They have all signed up for this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. Safoda Ventures, Alisa Hotel are all part of the participants for this year's event. There are so many more that have already signed up, and we'll be visiting them one after the other. Virtual Security Africa, they guarantee that whatever you have got is well protected. So when we are there for the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament, we are going to be fully protected. Every single participant will have a special insurance package. Following what transpired last year, the Joy Sports team and the multimedia group has secured insurance cover for every single company and every single employee representing their company at this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. So sign up, be a part of it, enjoy the experience, build networks, build relationships, long-lasting ones. And it is even possible you may just find your wife and your husband at the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. We were made to understand that two companies met last year. One is from a bank, one is from a yogurt company. They linked up. Now we saw save the date and they're now a couple. So why not take advantage of it? Also come to the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. You may just find your wife or your husband over there as well. Good morning. If you just joined us, this is AM Sports here on the AM show. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Let's tell you something brief about Ghana's Black Stars head coach Carlos Queiroz. Reports have suggested that, and these are reports exclusively to Joy Sports, that we have gathered, indicating that the Ghana Football Association is struggling to reach an agreement with the Portuguese, who led Ghana to the FIFA World Cup in the USA, Mexico, and Canada. You would have recalled that the Minister of Sports and Recreation and even the President of the country had all mentioned that it is important that the Portuguese is given the opportunity to steer the affairs of the technical direction of the Black Stars in the long term after he qualified Ghana to the round of 32 of the FIFA World Cup. However, at this point, it appears that a GFA is looking for alternatives to replace Carlos Queiroz as they are struggling to reach an agreement with the Portuguese. Following the Ghana's exit from the FIFA World Cup, Carlos Queiroz had taken to his Facebook page and released a statement. Many people suggested that it was an end of his tenure as the leader of Ghana's technical team. He did, however, clarify that it wasn't a resignation, but it was just a statement he had dropped indicating that it was an end to the FIFA World Cup, and he was looking for a new opportunity to steer the affairs of Ghana's senior national team. However, per information picked up by Joy Sport, it doesn't appear Carlos Queiroz would be staying on as head coach of the Black Stars, and the GFA is considering alternatives. In fact, a management committee member, an executive council member rather, of the Ghana Football Association, Nana Odrosafo, has actually gone on radio following the publication by Joy Sports and confirmed that indeed the GFA is speaking to other alternatives to replace Carlos Queiroz as a head coach of Ghana's senior national team in the long term. Though conversations are still ongoing, it doesn't appear the two parties will be reaching an agreement anytime soon to have the Portuguese lead the senior national team. The next qualifiers for the African Cup of Nations will be happening in September. Ghana will be coming up against Cote d'Ivoire, and Cote d'Ivoire, they have already gone ahead to secure the services of Hervé Renard, who is returning to lead the country for a second time, having led them to win the African Cup of Nations in 2015. So Ghana must firm up its technical direction as soon as possible to give the coach an opportunity to lead the team for the World Cup African Cup of Nations qualifiers and possibly secure qualification to the tournament, a competition Ghana missed last year. Now let's talk some FIFA stories. The UEFA, AFC, and CONCACAF, they all released a statement on Monday to the football family, saying that they no longer have confidence in the leadership of Gianni Infantino as the president of world football. Portions of the statement, it says, football is the world's greatest shared passion. It belongs to no individual and no institution. It belongs to the players, the fans, the clubs, the member association, and every institution entrusted with safeguarding its future. That is what the statement says. And it goes on to say that it is in that spirit as confederations representing its members that we speak collectively today. The growth over the past decade has been real, but that progress was never the work of one individual. It was a product of FIFA, the confederations, the member associations, and the thousands of people who dedicate their lives to the game. It goes on to say that the expanded tournaments, the awarding of 2030 and 2034 FIFA World Cup, the distribution of resources to associations, and it said these were shared achievements agreed together, delivered together. This is not about money. The confederations have already called for the responsible distribution of FIFA's vast existing reserves to further strengthen investment in the development of member associations. Nor is it about any member association losing the support it has earned, despite fear-mongering directed at our membership to suggest otherwise. Nor is it about revisiting the expansion of competitions, World Cup allocations, or any other decisions reached collectively. Those decisions were made together and they must stand. This is about something more fundamental, the integrity of the game, the integrity of those elected to lead it. That is what UEFA, CONCACAF, and AFC are all saying. They go on to add that they said the leadership in football is not a possession. It's about holding or demanding power to be held. It's a duty of service to the football family that entrusts it. And it goes all the way, it's a long statement, that goes all the way down to talk about the fact that FIFA is committed to presenting a full report on these events to the FIFA Council. And even before that, it says that FIFA's recent letter to its vice president and 211 member associations acknowledges that mistakes were made in the process. This has to do with the FIFA Forward enterprise that has been pulled or withdrawn by the FIFA president when it has sent it to them, asking them to approve by September 19. And it says that it treats this as a failure of communication when what football witnessed was a failure of judgment. And it says that a proposal advanced on compressed timeline without meaningful consultation and pushed toward a deadline before member association could properly review its terms is not the product of an oversight. It is the product of a design intended to limit scrutiny. It did not acknowledge that the proposal itself was inherently wrong. It says, there remains no recognition that attempting to sell an interest in the FIFA World Cup was a profound failure of judgment, not just as a procedural misstep, but a fundamental breach of trust with the very institution FIFA exists to serve. It's a long statement. You can go on myjoyonline.com and read that statement, which has been published on the website. And they say FIFA's own letter also confirms that only one elected official was present at the leadership meeting in Morocco. No council member or member association were invited to participate. Only the management committee, composed of FIFA-employed senior staff, was present. They say this recent meeting, where a select number of members of the FIFA management committee, not the full committee, were summoned abroad, rather than leadership going to Zurich to address the heart of FIFA. Its staff only reinforced that these concerns represents a continuation of the very pattern of conduct that brought us to this moment. It is not the conduct of a custodian of the game, but of one who believes the game is answerable to him. And they are pushing to have Gianni Infantino removed as president of FIFA. And they are also deciding that they will organize their own competitions independent of FIFA and not participate in any FIFA-organized competition if Gianni Infantino stays on as the leader of world football. That is a statement from AFC, a statement from CONCACAF, a statement from UEFA. And in fact, after that statement was released, some of the member federations of FIFA went publicly to actually add their voice to it, saying that they demand the removal of Gianni Infantino as president of world football. Now let's move on and talk about the Democracy Cup. The Democracy Cup, the women's edition, took place 2 days ago. My colleague, Joseph Ayinga Walter, was there and has details in this report.
When we think about football, we think about passion, unity, and competition. But today, right here at the Magdan AstroTurf, football is scoring a crucial goal of equality. That is, bringing the people closer to democracy. This is the all-new Democracy Women's Cup, a competition organized by Parliament to recognize, celebrate, and amplify the role and voice of women in shaping our democracy.
The event began with a curtain raiser between women from Parliament and the judiciary before the opening ceremony and the ceremonial kickoff. And once the game got underway, it was clear that these women were not there to make up the numbers. They showed plenty of skill and a good understanding of the game, much like the work they do in their respective fields.
It's a game, you know, and as the Right Honourable Speaker has arranged, this is the maiden one for the women, and you realize that they scored us 2-0. We came back to equalize, and our players have played so well. We have all played so well. Our goalkeeper has been superb, and so this is just the beginning. This is giving us, it has given us a little bit of experience. We'll go back, train more, and build the team so that next time when we meet other teams, you realize that Parliament ladies will be on the top.
Neither side looked sharp, particularly in front of goal, but experience eventually took over as both teams battled to a 2-2 draw. The judiciary side had the final say, winning the contest on penalties. The main event featured two Ghana Women's Premier League sides, Army Ladies and Police Ladies, in a battle between two of the country's security services. It was a closely contested encounter, but Police Ladies had the edge after an early strike from Fidaus Yakubu proved enough to secure the win. And for the organizers, the success of the maiden edition is a sign that the Women's Democracy Cup is here to stay. First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Bernard Ahiafo, believed the initiative can become an important fixture on Ghana's sporting calendar.
this is an indication of the fact that the democracy cup is all inclusive, is gender inclusive. We did the male and today we've done the female. So let me use the opportunity again to congratulate the winning teams, the judiciary and then the police service women. So Democracy Cup has come to stay.
Since it has come to stay, is it going to be an annual event?
Yes, it's really going to be an annual event. When we started, this is the 3rd edition and it has been an annual event till today. The grand finale is coming on at Babayara Sports Stadium at Kumasi on 28th of this month.
From the page to Parliament and the judiciary, the message was clear. Reporting for Joy Sports, Joseph Ayinga Walter.
Let me take you to the UK, where media reports have suggested that Jeff Bezos and Adeti are coming together wanting to acquire Liverpool. Sky Sports has details.
Well, look, I think it's massive for the future of Liverpool Football Club. I think we have to be a little bit careful, though. There may be quite a lot of Liverpool supporters who are uneasy about the prospect of their club being part-owned by some of the richest men in the world. And when people invest in football clubs or buy football clubs who previously don't really have a link to that football club, your duty really is to ask the question, why do they want to buy this club? Why do they want to invest in our club? What's in it for them? Are we going to have to pay higher prices in the future? Are we going to have to pay more to go to games? Are we going to have to pay more for merchandise? Are we going to have to pay more to watch our team on TV? So I think you have to keep that in your mind. But obviously there will be a section of Liverpool supporters, especially perhaps the younger ones who are busy on social media, who will be delighted about the prospect of having somebody like Jeff Bezos, who is said to be worth, I think, more than £250 billion owning a stake in your club. But I would treat this development with some caution if I was a Liverpool supporter, until we hear why this group of investors want to invest in Liverpool. Obviously, we can all draw our own conclusions. People invest in things because they want to make a return, they want to make money. And at the moment, for the past couple of years, a lot of very rich people have thought that it's worth owning Premier League clubs, especially the more famous ones, not just because they can make you money, not just because they can increase in value over time, but also because they're a trophy asset.
Talk us through some of the numbers involved.
Well, if the deal goes through, which I think it will, and of course it was first reported by Mark Kleiman at Sky News, and he's reporting that he expects it to go through in the next couple of days, it would value Liverpool at $6 billion, which is around £4.5 billion. Now, off the top of my head, I think the last big Premier League club that changed hands was Chelsea 4 years ago. That was in a deal worth £2.5 billion, but the new owners had to give guarantees that they would invest £1.5 billion into the club. Now, this is a stunning return on investment for the club's owners, Fenway Sports Group, led by John Henry, because I remember reporting on them buying Liverpool 16 years ago, and at the time we thought they were paying a lot of money, but they actually bought Liverpool in a deal that valued the club at £300 million. So their investment has gone from £300 million to £4.5 billion in 16 years.
That's why people...
Money, proper money is being spoken about. But Liverpool, is it actually the right thing to be done by selling a stake within the club to Jeff Bezos and his other investors? That's how time will permit us for AM Sports here with me, Muftaro Nabila Abdullahi. Outfit courtesy Loom Fashion. Get in touch with them and get yours on 02465018001, and they will deliver the best of quality outfit for you. They will bring the lady and the gentleman and you. The newspaper review is coming your way up next here on the AM Show.
Hi, good morning or good day, fellow Ghanaians, wherever you may be. This is Adeti. I am not happy this morning. I have read explanations of the discharge of Madam Sedinam Tamakulu Ationu, and I read Professor Azar's long explanation that was supposed to be without tears, with tears, patriotic tears. I read Samson's explanation. I've read a lot of other people's, and I am one unhappy Ghanaian. So it seems as if in Ghana we substitute cleverness for common sense and connections for principle. So at the end of all this, Sa 500,000 no, that went to Obatampa, that was brought back in Ghana must go back. And where did it go? Did Moetia take it away? What happened to the vehicles that were purchased at 2 or 3 times the prices? What happened to the money that was supposed to go to people who had a tragedy and were supposed to be paid money, and they were paid token sums and the rest went somewhere? I don't understand this. And then these legal luminaries tell us about how the appeals court underlined the principle that the burden of proof should not be shifted from the prosecution to the accused. Good Lord, I never entered law school, but even I knew that. For goodness sake, we are not operating under the Napoleonic Code. So spare us the preaching and all that. It will seem that in Ghana, political connections and all those things matter. Didn't we just remove a Chief Justice partly for corruption that was nowhere near as grave as this? And then we just waved all this away, 78 charges. Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought I would say this, but I have some sympathy for those who are talking about wound to me, that in spite of what appears to be obvious guilt, if the political winds were at his back and he had a president in power who would stand on the podium and defend Akunta mining like Nadar did, maybe now he will be going home to thank his church and God and the president and others instead of heading for prison. I think that these are the reasons why revolutionary justice appears to be attractive sometimes. Let us be very, very careful, because I have a feeling that if this lady had been a fowl or cassava thief, he will be sitting in Sawam now.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
Yeah, me now they see. Hey, you look fresh. Oh.
Wait till you see what's inside me.
Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead, buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Guesses? Bad referee decisions? Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a straight win this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-50-10175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra, Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
That's right.
did you see that? That is me. Without me, that tap would just be decoration.
That's so. So when the water comes, where exactly is it waiting? Pipe. I also didn't see any bedroom no. Me tank. Me na me kura.
At least I move water.
And I keep it safe.
Without me, nothing flows.
What's happening?
I bring the life.
I preserve it.
Hey, why is the water going on and off like this? Maybe I can do it alone.
Maybe I need you too.
Strong, reliable, built for every home.
Syntex pipes and tanks, the perfect
water team. Syntex, a year strong, a year tough.
So this strategy will lead. Oh no, not again.
Say, relax. The generator will come on now.
The generator is not working.
Why stress yourself when the experts are just one tap away? Introducing Left Power, the smart emergency support app from Left Signature Limited. With Left Power, certified engineers respond fast, anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stories.
Hello, sir. This is Left Signature Limited. The request has been received and our engineers are already on their way. Please relax. We've got you covered.
This is professional. Every Left expert is certified, verified, and can be tracked in real time. Oh, you'll know they're coming before they even arrive. From electrical engineering and solar power systems to data center management, cloud services, smart automation, and software development, Left Signature delivers excellence, fast, reliable, and professional. Left Power.
Your solution is just one tap away.
Available on Play Store and App Store.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Through every stage of life, let's go. Some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era. Love was service. The silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is
All right, welcome back to the AM show. Time for us to bring you the news review, which is sponsored by Syntex Pipes, Pegasus Publishing, and Awake. Here it is, purified drinking water. Now, joining us this morning for discussion, we have Dr. Bernard Tutubuaine. He is lecturer in political marketing at the University of Education in Winneba. Good morning.
Good morning.
All good?
Everything is fine.
Great. Kojo Nsafuapoku is Executive Director of INSTEP and a member of the NPP's Communications Directorate. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well.
I'm happy that everybody got a brown memo except one person.
Anyway, well, let me go to that person. Hossein Adoya is Director of Field Operations of the United Party. We call him the Commander. Chief, you have a call there?
We have a call.
Great.
We are unique.
Okay. And Mohammed Issa Bataglia is MP for the beautiful people of Sisala East, a place I'm yet to go. You will take me there anyway. Sure. And board member of Tamawa Refinery. Hi.
Good.
All good?
By the grace of God.
Great.
Very good, yeah.
Well, just before we get into the papers, let's bring you how the weather will be today. All right, let's do a bit of what the papers are reporting. Daily Guide newspaper says, Extor MD $1 million bribe. Kwabena Donko denies receiving money as IOCO expands probe. Don't assent Cocoa Board bill, MPP to Mahama. KNUST admin strike over Alawa. Pastor jailed 10 years for 78,800 cedis fraud. Couple drop honeymoon for prison inmates. That's a story in the Daily Guide today as well. Let me do Investor News Guide. The Investor News Guide, monetary stability and strong Q1 growth affirm robust outlook for business investments. Cocoa stakeholders back new legal protections, hails Cocoa Board Chief's reformative agenda. Volta Economic Corridor ready for long-term private capital as concession negotiations begin. Visionary oversight. Edwiji Tamaklo lauded for ethical governance and fuel market reforms. And tech reforms drive historic 6.1 billion cedis revenue surge in July as Antony urges expansion into informal sector. That's it there. Let's do just the insight and then we can move on quickly today. Lands and Mines Watch, GH, backs Adamu's mining lease revocation, demands full recovery of operational debts. All right. Russia salutes Pan-African TV's decade of service. Oh, okay. Private doctors urge government to waive import duties on cancer equipment. And Bagbing to rally African speakers behind global debt initiative. Also, Kronti ne Akwamu lecture urges Africa to build resilience amid shifting global order. Well, let's get into the issues now. One of the issues on our table this morning is that audit report into the activities of our embassy in Washington. We have been joined on the Zoom by our friend Manasseh Azure to take us through that particular report. He's been following this matter for a long time, so he knows exactly what is in there. Manasseh, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Now, for many who have not gone through the report, what should be the salient point we need to pick out of this particular report?
Thank you very much. The report basically talks about the activities of the embassy. The period is from 2017 to 2025, but the focus of some of the major transactions were the transactions took place mainly from 2019 to 2025 when the activities were uncovered and later occasioned the report. Unlike many other reports, this report or the findings are not mainly about the officials of the embassy dipping their hands into the coffers and mismanaging it, except for an occasion when they awarded a contract to the IT, a company owned by the IT officer of the embassy. So you can say this is the conflict of interest situation. But in a chunk of the report, the embassy rather put in certain schemes that, for want of better word, enabled them to extort money from people who are applying for visa and passports, and in the process, there were certain disruption in services. There were people who couldn't get their mails and all of that. And basically, when people applied to have their passport or visas, you have the option to pre-address your envelope. And then when it goes and they are to return your passport or your visa or other correspondence, they just send you the same envelope you've addressed. So you pay for it. But at that point, they disabled that option. And then every person was compelled to pay $29.75 per postage. But the average cost was like $10.1. So you were getting close to $20 per postage. And we are looking at hundreds of thousands of people applying for services. So what the auditors found was that some of these entities that were doing these services were also linked to the embassy. There is one Fred Quatin, the IT officer, who prominently features in this report for all the wrong reasons. A lot of these companies are linked to him. So it looks like insider trading of a sort, and then the money goes out. And what brings in the other officials of the embassy was that there was another scheme that is very identical to what Justice Jones Duche once described as create, loot, and share. So these monies go out to this company, and then this company pays the money back into the embassy's so-called welfare account. And then that money is distributed to members of the embassy as welfare fund. So to basically put it this way, maybe you, Brace, you're a member of multimedia, and then you have a company that multimedia helps to make some money off the applicants. Then later on, multimedia pays, you pay money from that company to multimedia staff, and multimedia staff create an account at the Citibank of US and name the account Welfare, Ghana Embassy Welfare Account. And when that money drops into that account, it is disbursed. So one of the first people to even raise questions about that account was the bank itself. And the bank, if you read the report, you find from page 68 onwards, the appendix that the auditors added, correspondence from the bank, asking, when you were opening this account, you said, well, it was going to be contributions from members of the embassy, employees of the embassy, and then some courier service. But we've seen that since the account was opened, the source of funding has been coming from only one source, Ghana Travel Consultancy. And can you explain? And the explanation was that, well, this company does our courier services, and some of the embassy staff help with the courier services. So part of the money comes back, and then they back and forth until June 2021. The Minister for Foreign Affairs in Ghana, Shirley Ayoko-Botwe, actually visited, and the issue of the employee welfare account came up, and they even explained to her from the correspondence that are attached that, well, some of the agents who did business paid some money as motivation for the local staff, and that was what constituted the welfare account. From the correspondence, it didn't even appear the full story was painted to the minister at the time. But the minister, credit to her, Shirley Ayoko-Botwe, actually said, no, this is unacceptable. If employees who have a welfare account, it would be wrong for the agents who did business with the embassy to pay money to them, because it would create problems. So she ordered the closure of the welfare account, which was used to distribute or share the money that went out to or that came from some of these unauthorized or unapproved fees that were channeled through a private company linked to an employee of the embassy. But at the time of closing the account, the treasury officer of the embassy, Janet Branton, actually asked the bank if they could still open or operate a welfare account without involving the management of the embassy. And the bank said no, since the purpose is going to be the same, payment of welfare to members of the embassy, we are not able to grant you that permission. And this is expected because from day one, the bank has or had been raising questions about that account because things didn't look very clean.
Yeah, interesting. But there are several names that are mentioned in there. Are there any indication of whether any of them too has been contacted? What has been their responses so far?
Yes, if you look down the report, I think which I shared with the producer, you'd find out that there are a number of names that were mentioned, and their responses are also there. I've also just somebody showed something to me that is supposed to be a correspondence or a response from the ambassador at the time, Haji Halima Mahama. I think she was ambassador from 2021 to 2024. And then she said, well, the auditors didn't contact her because she wasn't involved in any wrongdoing per se. The only thing she did was to sign one of the contracts for a third-party service, and she makes the point, if what I read is actually from her, she makes the point that, well, this wasn't a case that the transactions occasioned a loss of money by the state. So she's even questioning why the report would recommend a retrieval of money from officials. And I think on that score, I very much agree with her that the money, apart from the internal contract that was awarded to somebody within the organization, that's the embassy, no, the monies that were the $19 million didn't come from the state, but the state or the embassy officials enabled a system that took money that they were not supposed to take from the people who did business with the embassy. And they did official business with the embassy. They went to the website, they saw links that created the impression that, well, these are websites or services offered by the embassy, because some of them had a coat of arms of Ghana and then Ghana embassy emblems, a whole lot. So in as much as it wasn't a direct loss from the coffers of the state, it appears the officials who acted on our behalf in the US created a system that took money from unsuspecting visa and passport applicants. And part of it also affected the reputation of the state, because there were some problems with even the postage that caused a lot of backlog and people complained. I think in the report you'd see that one person actually threatened to report Ghana's embassy to their congressman to take up the matter in Congress. And all of these at the time affected the reputation of the state. And if you look at the visit of the minister, that's Shela Yokoboche, the minutes actually indicated that some of the concerns that were addressed at that meeting came from the ineffective or inefficiencies that were experienced by people who try to do business with Ghana's embassy. And take it or leave it, embassies are PR organizations outside. Somebody who has never visited Ghana, dealt with the embassy and had a very bad experience is likely to extend that to the Republic. So these are some of the names that were mentioned. Fred Kwatin was a major name, and he was the IT officer. And the report even says they found blank passport booklets in his office. They found some visa stickers in his possession, which was not supposed to be so. And auditors also said he tried to conceal some evidence by forcefully taking out some hardware from the computer. So he's a major part. And you also have the treasury officer named in the report. That's Janet Maku-Cranting, who actually opened this account, the welfare account, which channeled in the money from the illicit operations of Fred Kwatin and eventually members of the embassy shared. So basically these are the issues that are in the report, but if you read it, you find many more disturbing details.
Okay, all right. Manasseh, I'm grateful to you for this. I'm sure we'll have you again back on this network for us to have this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Manasseh Zurawene there. Let me come on to the table now. Mohammed, let me start with you. I mean, how must we approach this? If you look at it, yes, the state lost nothing, but people who wanted to do business with the state lost some money. So what must be the approach?
Well, let me start by saying a very good morning to you and your fantastic team. Good morning to this wonderful panelists always. And especially these people of Sister Lakes, I say good morning, and your cherished viewers out there. Well, I think that there's one thing we must all know, that when you are given the opportunity to act as an agent of the state, what is tying your umbilical cord to the state is trust, and that trust is fiduciary. It means that whatever you do should inure in the interest of what the generality, and for this matter, we'll talk about what the state. So somebody could say that the state lost nothing in terms of money, but in terms of what the actions could also compromise the national integrity of what, sovereign integrity of the state. Because this is what people trust, that this is money is being charged by Ghana government. But in actual sense, that's not the government charging. It's individuals who are using some other advantage that they found themselves in, representing the state to extort people. That's why it's a problem. And thankfully, like you said, if you look at the recommendation, I just try glancing through some portions of the report. You can imagine, you can see that the Auditor General recommends that where these individuals have made some profits or proceeds, that do not go straight to the state. Because there are instances where even in terms of the entire money they got is about $19.3 million. But the actual cost of the transactions was quantified around $2 million. So the difference is about I think the entire money was around $21 million and thereabout. But the actual cost was $2 million.
So if you deduct the 2 million, they've made up to what, 19 point something million dollars that do not come to the state. So in all, what the Auditor General is recommending that this money should be refunded by the key stakeholders, and also sanctions should be taken based on what our Public Financial Management Act, that's Section 96. So clearly it means that if you were put to act in the interest of the state, you do according to that. You don't do anything to be able to extort, use the state to extort people. That will give our country a bad name. And like I said, you see, when they are taking you out of this country to go and work, I am sure the states understand the environment which you are going, so they do everything to make sure that they keep you safe. They do everything to make you comfortable. They make sure that, no, wherever you are, your life is not destabilized. So taking advantage of a privileged position to make the ordinary person or any other person that comes to want to come through your system to our country suffer some sort of what? A money. We don't just look at the monetary aspect of it. We are also looking at the moral aspect of it. How are you situating our country? That's the issue. Because it means that the country should be able to protect and make sure that they do good with ordinary people who want to come into this country. The basic fact that I want a document that should be able to get me into this country or out of this country shouldn't cost me that much. That will begin to draw me back. For instance, people might even think...
But would it have mattered if the services were seamless, if people enjoyed faster service delivery and all of that?
No, it mattered. Because
I'm saying, would it have mattered if people requested and got prompt responses to
people got prompt, believing that they were actually paying for that cost. That's what it is. Because if it was an ordinary person sitting somewhere, people would question. But because it's like under the cloak for the umbrella of the state, people believe that this money goes to the state. And you couldn't have been getting that opportunity if not because they put you there. Then they should open it up so that it will be privatized, so that people can go and bid, open tender, so that people can set up them. Maybe you are even charging $29. Somebody will be charging $1 based on the services the person can. So, but everybody believes that whatever you are taking is not you as an individual who is taking it, it's the state. But it turns out to be like you find in a way because this money goes around a bank and come back to you. And we know issues about welfare. People definitely, if you think about your welfare, you contribute towards that pool. Maybe part of your salary go into what? Me believing that every month you are putting about 1 cedi down. Believing if something happens, it can serve as a buffer to you. But where you extort people, it doesn't augur well. And these conversations came even during COVID, when at the entry point, when we have to go and do the test. People believe that some monies that have been charged, it's like an extortion from people. But that's even a private company that we all know. But this is under the umbrella of what? Ministry, foreign ministry. And that is what? The embassy in what? In Washington, D.C. To the extent that the minister, Honorable Kojo, had the cost to be able to close down at one point, that's in 2025, shows what is actually going on, the picture being painted out there about Ghana.
Okay.
And I think this thing, we should go to the full length, making sure that, I think that the recommendations there are fine. But I was also going through the realm, believing that this is just a report from Auditor General. I want to know that once it will come to Parliament, they will be given the second chance to come and defend some instance. But in that same report, it was indicated conspicuously that the key stakeholders have been contacted, and where it mattered, their views have been captured in the report.
All right.
So I think that they might have the second chance to be able to prove us wrong or right as per the report. But I think that is quite damning. Yeah.
Let me bring in Kojo Pokum, because this happened under the tenure of his government. Kojo, why did government fail to address it when the minister was made aware of some of these actions which were taking place there?
Good morning, Kojo, and I want to say good morning to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and the leading members of the New Patriotic Party, and congratulations to all the constituencies that had opportunity to do their elections this weekend. Kojo,
last weekend, some constituencies did theirs, eh?
Yeah, some constituencies. I think the final ones were done this weekend. A few ones are sticking with some court injunctions and stuff like that, but we are hoping that we can resolve all those before the regional election in the coming week. Kojo, I don't think the minister, from what Manasseh told us, the minister acted.
Yes.
I mean, it's not the minister failed to act, he acted. But the point, look, let's not make this about one minister.
The question, because after her intervention, the thing still continues.
Yeah, because then it's on to, there's a high commission, there's an ambassador. Right? The High Commissioner sitting, the Foreign Affairs Minister sits in Ghana. There is an ambassador that sits at the embassy. So we should make this more about why the ambassador who was there.
That's why I said government.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't have all the answers. I just say that, look, there is an audit, something untoward has happened over a period. But I want us to look at it more of a broader conversation than just one embassy or high commission.
Okay.
What is the SOP? What is the standard operating procedures around our embassies and high commissions? I don't think there is any. You see, we keep blaming politicians, but what you tend to find out is that it's the Ghanaian that is the problem. Look, how long has this IT guy been there? He must have been there definitely longer than 4 years. And I don't think people should be in one embassy for more than one tenure. From what I know, people are posted in and posted out. In every embassy or high commission, there are three main segments. There is the consular, which is now run between passport and visa. Visa is immigration, and passport is under foreign affairs, passport office. Then you have the main embassy, which have the embassy staff. Then there's trade. The trade desk, which is the trade attaché, is mostly supposed to come from the Ministry of Trade. Right? Mm. But now, let's go around our high commissions and embassies and look at the people occupying. The trade attaché and the trade desk, we've collapsed it. One of the things that I want everybody to try, go online, pick the number on the web page of some of our embassies and high commissions and try and call them and see if you get through. As a businessman, for years, if I want to do business in a country, one of the ways I was going about it was to call our embassy, get the trade desk, tell them that, oh, I'm trying to call this company in this country. Can you please take the details, help me get in touch with them? In the past, it worked. Today, nothing. Anybody should try it. So people are being posted to these embassies and they've turned it into a business. As clearly we are seeing, people are making $19 million, which money that could have otherwise come to the state is going to an individual pocket. Look, most embassies have now brought in these private companies that do, the British embassy is doing it, all the EU companies are doing it, where you deal with private entities instead of the you understand? The British, we remember those days when we used to go and queue at the British Embassy, British High Commission. We don't do that anymore. We go to the private people to get our visa and they charge you the services for the postal and everything. But for what we are finding out, our own citizens in America and people who want to do business with Ghana, if postage costs if postage costs $10, they are being charged $26. And somebody is pocketing the balance of $16 change. Why? If that money was coming to the embassy, then it would be an IGF for the embassy, and the embassy will have money to do a lot of things. But it's not coming to the embassy as IGF. It's going to private individuals, and they are now, to make matters worse, they are sharing the money in our face by having an account where the money goes in and they share the money among themselves. So look, I just think that one, the refresh which is done in the embassies is done so that no one person stays there and starts these schemes. You come and you go. If there is such a scheme, we're supposed to have a standard operating procedure in all our embassies and in all our, and that's a failure. Look, it's failure. Whether it's at the ministerial level, it is at the ambassadorial level or the high commission, it's a failure of leadership. Because there's no way whoever was the ambassador at the time could have sat in that embassy and they don't know this was going on. Let's call a spade a spade. There's no way $90 million is moving through somebody in your embassy and you don't know. And you have to approve these things to happen, right? And when you approved it, what was the due diligence that was done? Because these foreign embassies are also an enclaves on their own.
Even creating bank accounts.
Yes, creating bank accounts for money to come in as well. Sorry?
She has to approve it. The
ambassador or the high commissioner is the head of mission.
So she has to approve it.
Everything that goes on there, yes.
I'm asking that because of the response we had in there.
No, he has to approve. There's nothing that goes on the MSU, that the ambassador, the high commissioner, he is the head.
Okay.
There's two sides to it. There is the mission heads, who are the civil servants. And there are the political appointees who are the ambassadors and the high commission. But they are, the mission heads are like the chief director in the ministry. The ambassador or the high commissioner is like a minister. But in this case, he's a much of a grant because he represents the president in that country. So he's the head. Nothing goes on in the embassy, be it consular or otherwise, that he is not informed. He doesn't take direct intervention in consular services because that is immigration and passport is under foreign affairs. But the administration of, which is what all these things come under, is under the purview of the High Commissioner or the Ambassador. So look, for me, I think if it doesn't exist, Honorable Ablakwa should immediately make sure that we have an SOP for all our embassies and high commissions. We need to have a standard operating procedure so that embassies in Russia is not doing something different from embassies in America and embassies in Belgium or Spain. We should all work within a certain conform. And the refresh. I mean, I got reports that when he came to resolve the problem, he also compounded the problem. Honorable Ablakwa, came and compounded the problem by sending some people who the foreign affairs people claim have not been there for a certain number of years. And I asked that, okay, is there a policy that before somebody is shipped out, the person has to serve a certain number of years? Nobody came back to me with a reply. But the point was that when he came and he sent out the people in the US, the people that Honorable Ablakwa sent in have not been in the ministry for a very long time. But I wanted the clarification that, okay, if you want us to mention this as a problem, is there a laid down policy whereby Hobson has to be there for 3 years before they can be shipped out? Nobody is able to answer that. But for me, two things stands out. One, standard operating procedures and the refresh. How often people stay in one mission for. The longer they stay there, then they can now come up with some of these schemes. But the failure, for me, you can't put it and not basically indict the High Commissioner or the Ambassador.
Okay, now let me bring in Hobson. Hobson, if you look at the report, irregular dispatch and application support fees through unauthorized platforms. Says the Embassy of Ghana in Washington, D.C. Provides consular services to applicants seeking visas, passports, and related documentation. These services are ordinarily administered through the embassy's official website and consular management systems, including the Electronic Consular Information Management System, eSIMS, and earlier, the AppTrack system, which records application volumes, processing activities, and related service transactions. In accordance with the Public Financial Management Principles and the Foreign Service Administrative Framework, all fees collected in connection with the consular services are required to be transparently administered through official government channels and accounted for on embassy's financial records. The audit identified 3 key anomalies. Firstly, unauthorized use of the embassy's official website. 2, the creation of third-party platforms, mimicking official consular services.
That's right.
Thirdly, the diversion of applicants to privately controlled service channels. These arrangements enabled the collection of dispatch or mailing fees and application support service charges from applicants. The estimated value of transactions based on application records from eSIMS and AppTrack amount to $21,337,446.70 between 2019 and 2025. Out of this, an estimated expenditure of $2,357,986 was allowed for actual postage based on the average postage cost of $1 per 1 cent. Bringing the total estimated
$10 or $1?
$10 per 1 cent. $10. Bringing the total estimated gain to Mr. Fred Quatting, one person.
Yes. IT billionaire.
$18,000,000.
Yes.
$879,460. I mean, once the audit report has named him, we just have to retrieve the money.
Kojo, this is an organized crime.
Yeah. Hey.
And I think this is where Iyoko needs to shake itself. In fact, I got the report very late and I tried to grants through. And I can tell you, government need to sit up and deal with this issue decisively. Apart from Fred Quartin, there are a lot of staff who were involved. A lot. And, you know, like Kojo mentioned, Ayoko Boche acted. He did not do much. He only cautioned them on private company sponsoring their welfare. I mean, taking money from. When you look at the report at page 15 or so, yeah, it says that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Minister, Honorable Ayoko Boche, frowned on the practice of mobilizing voluntary contribution from travel agents to fund staff welfare. Are you getting it? Mm-hmm. So that was what happened. And you know, the ambassador signed the deal with a company called Stefran. This Stefran ends with one N. And these people who organized this crime decided to add another N to the original name. Are you getting it? To open a website. So the approved website, let's say joynews.com.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So instead of joynews.com, then the news, one S, they will add another S to it to make it a different, to go through. And they were directing people to that particular website to make money for themselves. Kojo, this process was known to all staff of the embassy. So they decided to take some to sponsor their welfare. At every point in time, they share minimum $800 to whatever amount, depending on your status there. So when you look at page 21, September 23, 2021, Citibank queried transactions showing disbursement from the welfare account ending 9029. Between July 7th to 22nd, 2021, these are the people. One, Karim Kudaya, he got $3,000 as a welfare payment. Mary Zori also got $3,000. Joseph Nge Nibahi, I don't know whether is the correct name. I've pronounced it correct. 3,000. Tete Adi, 3,000. Janet Maku Kranting. Janet, who is the chief architect, who has been writing to the bank and all those kind of things, also got 3,000. Then my brother Kofi Tonto got 800. It seems he was a junior staff, so he got 800. Then Janet again, additional 1,000. So this is how they do it. In fact, when you go from page 50 now downwards, where they've attached...
Which page are you reading from?
This is page 21.
Okay, 21.
Page 21.
Okay.
When you see the appendices, all the welfare payment has been attached, names and then the amount. Are you getting it? Okay.
And it says September 23, 2021.
Yes.
Citibank queried transaction statement following disbursement from the welfare account between July 7, 2022, July 7 to July 22, 2021. Okay, and the names that he
That's right.
That here. Okay.
So it shows clearly that our systems are no good. We are lucky to have all these things exposed because of the robust system in America. Kojo, you cannot just go to America, open a bank account, and just be depositing money. You cannot. You have your own account. You do a deposit that will call for questions. Unlike Ghana, someone is a head of institution, a staff of institution, and then you see a deposit almost every day, every week, without any question. America is not like that. In fact, I had an experience where someone decided to dash me some amount and then asked me to find a bank account. That time I was in Germany. The person sent 400 euros. And then when he transferred the money, the persons that I requested his account for that transaction was called by the bank. He went there, and the number of questions that he answered, he said, oh, this is someone I know from Ghana. So he has to go with my passport to show to them that they were giving me this for this. They don't have any means, so he decided to receive it. They deducted tax from that 400 euros. Are you getting it? In Ghana here, we do things for free. Nobody check anyone. So bank was able to, deal with this issue to make sure they close that account. Because the bank detected that welfare account, meanwhile, people, when they apply for their visa and then they make the payment, it sneaks to some dubious account. So when they suspected, they drew the embassy's attention and then they told them
the bank's suspicion was that the welfare money was coming from one particular account. That's right. Where they raised it.
That's right. Yeah. And welfare money should be a money that will be a contribution from. Are you getting it? But this particular account, they just move it to here and then instruct that pay this and all that, which is not. But you see, Kojo, this Fred Quartin, the IT officer, is not a private person. He was a staff of the embassy. So a clear conflict of interest. Because a staff of an organization, why should you also create your own company within the original company? The things that you are supposed to do for the embassy, then you create your own company to do it and then amass wealth. Look, $19 million. Hey, do you know the things that he can do? And these are the people who talk like the whole earth is for them. Are you getting it? Who will sit somewhere, use his brain just to steal from the state. Because this money was supposed to come to the state. And it has been diverted to someone. It amounts to stealing. And this one, when I say, maybe you will say, I should say alleged. This is a forensic report, special audit. Apart from the normal audit, they instructed that they should have a forensic. So when the forensic audit comes, it's not like the normal one that we say, oh, we are waiting for response from others who couldn't come and all that. This is forensic, special audit. So it means that all the things that they've stated here is conk.
Okay, all right.
And how can we be so loose for some of these things? Are you getting it? So when you get to page 55 or so, the conclusion of, the conclusion is not, I have to open again. The conclusion of Auditor General, page 50. He's saying that
I'm getting
government should make sure that we get this money back, and all those involved should be dealt with. Are you getting it? We need to get the money back, and we need to prosecute them.
Yeah.
And this should be a deterrent to other people over there. Because if you leave it like this, and someone in Belgium will know that, hey, if I'm the IT officer and something of this nature happened in the US, then I can also do same. Are you getting it? For all we know, maybe others too are doing. We've not seen it. So, Kojo, on the issue of Abrakwa, the action that he took, I don't think it was wrong.
No, he didn't say it was.
No.
Yeah.
But, those who briefed him that the people were not owed in the ministry, when it was not wrong, because those who have been there for a long time, they know the system. When they go there, what they can do within 1 week, it will marvel you. So even if you have new staff, all you need is to train them. I know they have the SOP and everything. Are you getting it? Just a little training and make sure they do it and do it well. So in all this, I think the president should direct Attorney General for them to do the needful. We need this money back.
This report is yet to come to Parliament. So
yeah, it's yet to come to Parliament. But you see, just a moment. On the issue of Parliament, where Auditor General report go to Parliament, I disagree. I want Parliament to amend the law so that auditors they should go either straight to Attorney General's office or either OSP, whatever. Because what they do there is concert party. Someone who has squandered money, just a moment. Who has squandered money? He's no more in the office. Now Kojo Poku is in the office. Then they'll bring Kojo Poku to come and sit down and answer those. I mean, I don't get it.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Doc,
are we joking?
Doc, if you look at the report, especially from 55, as you mentioned, the names that are mentioned, they're all staff. You look at Janet Cranting, for example, he issued instructions to open the welfare account, signed a memo transferring some monies to the service provider, the local IT guy.
Fred Quating.
Fred Quating. Janet Cranting, Fred Quating, and then they bring in Amidu Mohammed Karande and all of that. It looks like there is little the ambassador then was aware of what was happening.
I think Kojo said it too.
He cannot not. It's not possible for not to be aware.
Okay.
Huh?
She.
Say it again.
She.
Oh,
was it she? I don't know. Was it she?
Yeah.
Halima.
In the US.
Yes.
It's not possible for her not to be aware.
Okay.
No, they were doing it
but if you know, but you see, blindside or not blindside, look, leadership is key.
Okay.
Especially when you know that there is money that is being given and brought back. They will give you the explanation. But you realize that the minister went and the minister frowned and said, look, this can be done. Okay. And you see, the reason the US banks were very suspicious is that they were not sure if it's money laundering.
Yes.
That's why the banks were worried. They are worried about money laundering. Okay. So somebody must be laundering money and distributing it to the Ghanaian staff. Okay. That's why the banks were worried. But look, for me, leadership, we should have leadership responsibility.
Okay.
For civil servants do a lot of stuff and put it on the politicians. Yeah. But it should be a way of, look, the buck stops with the leader.
Okay. So Doc, but my question is, how do we use this as a base to try and change how leadership works with staff who do things, and in the end it looks like the leader is not even aware? How do we correct that?
Yeah, so good morning to all of us. Good morning to viewers, as well as social media followers. Kojo, you see, like Kojo Nsafwa is saying, leadership is everything. And in teaching and researching into leadership, one critical thing is important. A third, fourth eye that will help you not just be signing. You know, you cannot just sign everything that comes to your table without having prior knowledge about it, without reading to understand what you are signing. You see, institutional crimes are such that people sit in their rooms, sit in their corners, you know, to design it. And if an armed robber is coming to you, that person has a framework, a model that he or she is following. In the same way, people who commit institutional crimes have designed their operations already. And sometimes you are even tempted that the cover letter will not even tell you what you are signing. You will sign before you get to know that you are in trouble. So it is very important that if you're a leader, that's why I said that you need to have a third, fourth eye. Your ears should equally be on the ground. In fact, I work with a very prominent VC in Ghana. And one of the stories that he shared was that at a point in time, it took a junior staff to alert him of a crime that was coming to his table. And that when it gets there, he should check. Had it not been that, he could have faced, what's the name? This parliament?
The Public Account Committee.
Public Account Committee. And he would have been in trouble. You understand? What the report is saying is that Hajia Alima Mahama, the ambassador then, signed the contract, and it was the signature got in there because of supervisory failure. And what does it mean? She failed to do what matters at a point in time. And that is the problem in there. And you see, your question is that a lot more people have suffered based on some of these things. And you see, normally with government agencies and institutions like this, the head, who may be a politician, probably may not know what actually is happening because of certain lack of, expertise and experiences and all that. But then you get certain people, how do they even refer to them? These authorities who are in the public service with this.
The technocrats.
The technocrats. These technocrats, you probably will scheme to the point that if you are not careful, by the time you realize, you have already compromised your own position, which you don't want to engage yourself in. And that is a problem. And so my advice is that, look, you see, as a person in authority, as a leader, you must ensure that everything, every document, every contract that you are signing, you have that direct involvement, and you can speak to it anyhow, any day, any time. All right? And you need to equally question certain things that also come to your table. And that is very important. Because you see, the bigger picture of what I am looking at is the tourism potential and how it is going to be affected. The investment.
But if they've corrected it, why would it affect it?
Oh, look at
what have they corrected? What have they actually corrected?
Kojo, it's not about
that. Do you know what they've corrected? We don't know what they've corrected.
That everything is back to the official website.
Please, let me make my point.
They've corrected it.
No, let me make my point.
That because of what you said,
yes,
I needed to find out how that will impact tourism.
So when you have a rope and then you cut it, all right, what happens? You've broken the length. So if you want to tie it to get the same length, two things will happen. You still have a knot in there, and then if you are not careful, wherever you want to measure up to, you will not get there. You understand? That is the point. If you buy a brand new car today, and then you hit, and you have to go and then fix the body, do you still have a smooth body? No. All right?
You could have.
No, you can't.
Really?
So you're saying that the damage is done?
The damage is done.
Okay.
The damage has been caused. And once a damage is caused, the perception around it is very important to discuss. All right? And that is what I'm talking about. Basically, you know that when Ghana is trying to position itself on the tourism map, isn't it? And US is one of the destinations. We were talking about beyond the return thing, all right? And it has brought a lot of gains to Ghana, isn't it? So if people get to know that even the $30 that I paid, the $60 that I paid, wasn't sanctioned after all, it was out of a pure corruption act, what do you think will be the perception of people? You understand? What about investments, foreign direct investments? Remember that between the 30 or the 29 point something dollars and then the $60 that they were paying, a lot more people may be involved in foreign direct investment activities. If you are not careful, and these people perceive that our high commission in the US is corrupt, what do you think will happen to us?
Okay, all right.
And so, you see, some of these things, it is not about what we did and the corrections that we have made, all right? But then, I feel that going into the future, you cannot just appoint people anyhow. Remember that our high commissions, okay, more or less, that's why we call them ambassadors. Ambassadors. And that name ambassador on you, the people who are working in there are the face of the country in that foreign land.
Okay, all right.
And so their attitude, their behavior, and everything should be trustworthy.
Okay.
And we cannot afford to get people into certain offices within our high commissions who have that kind of bad mentality to go and then just destroy our nation and its image and credibility just for nothing.
Okay.
I think that whatever the Attorney General has said, okay, with respect to the recommendations, should be carried out to the latter.
You mean the Auditor General?
Sorry, the Auditor General.
Let's move on to the next issue about the cocoa board.
Can I draw attention to something?
No.
Page 46.
Our time is almost.
Just for your.
Our time is almost up. We'll discuss it, I'm sure, when we come here. So let's talk about the cocoa bills and why the minority, has an issue with it. I'll come to you on this because it's coming from your people in Parliament.
Yes.
What are your issues with the bill anyway?
Well, first things first. I think the most important thing that Ghanaians, some people are trying to make it look like, oh, everything good out there.
So let me time you. I'm going to give you 3 minutes on this.
Well, 3 minutes?
Yes.
Why?
5 minutes.
People are trying to make it look like everything good. The MPP is against it. The MPP is not against a reform or a passage of a cocoa bill in principle. We're not against it.
Okay.
What we are saying is that if you want to pass a bill that has such an impact on the lives of cocoa farmers, the livelihoods, you should do extensive consultation. From what we have gathered, not a lot of consultation was done on this bill. In fact, the Best Farmers Association was never consulted. A lot of the associations within the cocoa setup were never consulted on this bill. And you cannot do such a bill which is going to last a generation without consulting the people that impact. That's one. That is why we are saying that, look, let's pull brakes. It came under certificate of urgency and it was rushed through. One of the key things that the NDC made noise about was that they want to give the cocoa farmer 70% of FOB of the world market price. Isn't that what we all heard?
Yeah, and that's what
right? No. The world market price was very key. FOB world market price. Go and read what the bill passed. The bill says, let me read to you. It did not say anything about it. It says, the producer price, clause 57.3. It reads, the producer price for a crop season shall not be less than 70% of the gross free on board price realized by the cocoa board for that crop season. It's different from, what cocoa board realizes is different from the world market price.
Okay.
Where
lies the difference?
Oh, hold on. Why didn't they put the wording? If you go onto the July 17th on the presidency website, right? The President John Mahama said that he was going to give 7%. Let me read exactly what the president said. 70%. Let me read exactly what the president said on the FOB of the world market. This is what. Hold on. Let me read. Let me tell you what the president said. It says, cocoa farmers will receive no less than 70% of the prevailing world market price. Right? What you said, prevailing world market price, is different from what cocoa board realizes. What cocoa board realizes would have to be per contract that cocoa board have signed. Okay. So there could be a world market price, but if cocoa board go and sign a bad contract, That is what they realized. It's not the same thing. Please, my brother, that's why we are saying that do not do 419.
Reduce this time.
This is an example. No, hold on.
Reduce this time.
Look.
Kojo, you have time.
Free on board realized by Cocoa Board. That's not the same thing as what we are saying as free on board of the world market price. Two different things. The wording, because when you now go to Cocoa Board and tell them that the world market price is 10 cedis, why are you giving us 7 cedis? They will tell you that the law says Cocoa Board realized by Cocoa Board for the crop season, not the world market price. The test is very important.
Can I help you with something?
No, don't. I'm telling you what the law.
So is it your understanding that Cocoa Board would probably get lesser than the world?
It doesn't matter. What we are saying is that for us, there is need for the cocoa farmer. I'm a cocoa farmer, right? I need transparency. The transparency is that you campaigned that you give me 70% FOB of world market price, not what Cocoa Board realizes. Because now, if there is a price, hold on. You see, all of you have my brother. So that is where the law. I'm reading to you what the law is. Unless you have a different text to what we have. The text says that the producer price for the crop season shall not be less than 70% of the gross free on board price realized by Cocoa Board. That's what the law says.
And FOB is a price essentially at the time.
No, he doesn't have an issue.
At the time.
Oh, but we all know what FOB is. You have to come and explain. What we are saying is that. Hold on. The point is that.
It's a conflict.
You are saying something.
He says that. So hold on. When you
what do you mean there's no conflict? Tell the cocoa farmer there's no conflict. I'm telling you, you are saying that you told the cocoa farmer that you give him FOB world market price. What Cocoa Board realizes, it's not world market price. Cocoa Board can go and sign a bad agreement. Hold on. My brother.
No, I don't want him to interject when you're speaking, so please. You get your time.
Where I said that there's a conflict is that if what Kojo is reading is true, okay, what it means is that the 70% is coming out of,
Kojo, why are you allowing him to talk? You talk because you don't want interjection. Kojo, why are you allowing him to talk? You allow.
That is one. We the MPP are against the deceptiveness that the NDC is deceiving the cocoa farmer. They told them one thing, and in law, they've put something else. That's one. Two, the issue of registration of the cocoa farms. The law says that the Cocoa Board will be the one to register the farms. But when it comes to penalties and punitive actions, the punitive actions per the law, if the farm is not registered, is visited on the cocoa farmer. Meanwhile, the cocoa farmer doesn't have liberty to register or deregister his farm. A cocoa crash, and also obey registration, because there's a lot that goes into cocoa registration. The farm is geolocated, and a lot of information is picked by the cocoa cratching. So you cannot have one person doing an action and then visit the penalty of the inaction on the cocoa farmer.
No, but isn't it the understanding that I, the farmer, will register my farm?
No,
but
that's not what it is.
But I can only register the farm with the cocoa board.
Listen, I have my farm. I don't. It's you, the cocoa board, that wants to keep a database of farms. It's not me, the farmer. Because you see, there is this thing that I'll also come on to the next one, which is where they now want to criminalize or penalize if you do something on your farm and make, like, more or less nationalizing farms. Nobody does an input on my farm. I buy my own fertilizer, I buy my own labor, I do everything. Hold on. So what do you subsidize? They don't subsidy. Nobody has given me any subsidy on my farm. I'm telling you, ask the cocoa, who subsidize? I buy my own fertilizer. I buy my own spraying. I buy my own bidet. What do you subsidize? Nothing. Look, there is. So
the MPP did not subsidize.
Bro, listen to me. There are some spraying activities that the Cocoa Board undertakes that is subsidized. Most cocoa farmers do their own thing. It's not every time Master, if you have a cocoa farm, you know this. Why do you have to argue about this? The cocoa farmers out there, you do your own thing. Your bidet is paid by you. Your fertilizer is bought by you. Everything is bought by you. In fact, there is this chemical in the market which is helping with Akati. The farmers are buying it themselves. No, cocoa board is subsidizing it.
Subsidized.
Oh, my brother, stop this argument.
So all the
let me speak.
We're not true.
I'm not saying
NPP government was telling
listen to
we're
me.
not true.
I'm telling you that there are farms that farmers do their own thing. You want to now come and say that you cannot cut a tree without seeking prior approval. This law, if you cut a tree without prior approval, it's criminalized. If I'm pruning my farm and there's a dead tree, so you don't know these things. If I'm pruning my tree and there's a dead tree, I should be able to cut it.
When maybe I'm here.
Oh, me listen. So the point I'm making is
okay. So your time is up. Your time is up.
Let me land.
Land because your time is up.
So there are a lot of things, and the pressure is out there. What we are saying is that we are not against the idea of bringing a new law, but don't bring a law that one criminalizes the hardworking cocoa farmer, and also don't bring a law that deceives the hardworking cocoa farmer.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay. Where do you disagree with him?
I disagree with him on the FOB thing. You see, when Ghana is exporting cocoa, you know, at times we do forward sale. So when you were exporting the beans, the price at that time is what is termed as the FOB. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So if I decide that, okay, I'm going to pay 70% of FOB this year, and then the price is $10,000, then I ship it. Then later on, it comes to 8,000. I am expected to get a FOB of 10,000. Are you getting it? It's not that when they come, cocoa board will take their fuel expenses, whatever expenses, before the price is determined. That is not correct. So that is where I had a disagreement with. You see, Kojo is telling us today that all the sweet words President Akufo-Addo was telling us concerning cocoa farmers, Free Akoto was telling us that they were subsidizing, they were giving fertilizers, they were giving chemicals, were all false.
I never said that.
What did you say?
Cocoa farms.
What did you say?
Not all cocoa farmers get that. Some cocoa farmers get it. I don't get it. No, I'm telling you.
Where is your cocoa farm? Which region?
Kenya is number 2.
Which
Kenya is number 2.
You don't get subsidy?
No, I don't.
Oh, please.
Kenya is number 2.
Please stop it.
I'm telling you something.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Don't lie.
3 cocoa farms.
Don't lie to people. Don't lie. Look,
not everybody.
When fertilizer comes,
you don't need it. So.
And government decide that this fertilizer is
everybody gets it.
100 cedis.
Okay.
And government decide that I'm going to sell it to farmers 60 Ghana. Is it not subsidy? So when you go to farm and you buy your fertilizer 60 Ghana, you come and tell us that you don't enjoy subsidy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They should stop misleading the people of this country.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you a question then.
Yes.
The whole thing, is this subsidy or it's also a money from the farmer's toil? For example, when government sells the cocoa, the price they get for the bag or the ton, they hold on to a certain percentage where they say part of it is used to help the farmer manage the farm, like the provision of fertilizers at a subsidized cost and all of that. Is that the farmer's own?
Have you forgotten about extension service and all those kind of things? Are you getting it?
So that's why.
Why not? They are being subsidized. Look, the 30% government is taking is where we take the price of extension service. I mean, people will come. Government is paying them. Cocoa board is paying them. Cocoa board cannot say, "Oh, I bought your bees. It's 1,000. I have sold it 1,200. Take all that." How are they going to function? So now, there's this
the farmer is rather taking care of cocoa board also.
You see?
The farmer is rather taking care of cocoa board.
What are you talking about?
Why?
When multimedia pay you, don't you pay tax to government?
I do.
So what are you talking about?
So I'm taking care of that.
You see? So now, the farmer will be secure that no government will come and cheat them. Now it is a law. Once president assent, it's a law. You cannot go below the 70%. If you decide to give more,
70% of what?
FOB price.
What is FOB? What does FOB mean?
Oh, I have already explained.
No. What's the full meaning of FOB? Not the whole Ghana. What's the full meaning of FOB?
But he explained a while ago.
No. What is the
free on board?
I never asked you. I never asked you. I wanted him to say, stop that thing you're doing for your Promax. Stop that thing you're doing for your Promax. He didn't know what FOB means.
You see?
He doesn't know what FOB means.
I explained earlier.
No, he didn't know what it means. What is free on board? Free on board, there's CIF and FOB.
Yes.
The difference is that one includes cost in freight and insurance.
Exactly.
Cost, freight, and insurance.
Exactly.
One is without the other.
Yes.
So what are you talking about that FOB? The FOB is not the catchword.
See,
The world market,
you've done your
what determines the price is the world market price.
Let him understand.
So 70% of
let him
what?
understand.
You see, at times
The benchmark is the world market price, not the FOB. FOB, there's no benchmark called FOB. The benchmark is world market price. What they've put in the law is what Cocoa Board realizes. That is the benchmark.
Kojo,
FOB is not.
Thank you.
I am quiet because I want him to advertise his ignorance on the.
Me, I advertise my ignorance. Hobson, please go ahead.
Are you getting it?
Your Promax is
Because
helping you.
I'm not going to interject. People should listen to you.
Go
I
ahead.
have already told you that when you were exporting the bees, the price at that time when you were exporting it, that is what you call FOB. So when you say
price, what is the benchmark? But there should be a price. No, on that.
No.
There should be a benchmark of reference.
No, but what we are talking
What are we
about
referencing?
No. Didn't they say 70%
When he
of
says
FOB?
FOB, no, but FOB is not a benchmark. Let's be honest. Let's educate our viewers.
But
Hold on. When you go online now and it says FOB, there's no benchmark of a price called FOB.
Over the years,
There is no such thing.
No, over the years. How has Cocoa Board been selling the beans?
Cocoa Board has been selling the beans by doing an internal calculation themselves and giving a producer price. Okay, and then when they give the producer price, they will now say that this is the price free on board, FOB. It's not a benchmark of a price. The benchmark of a price is the world market price, which you use as a benchmark. So what the NDC told everybody is that they will give the farmer 70% of the world market price.
Okay.
Let's change that. That is the point we are making.
taking 2 minutes from my.
That's what you can add all you want.
Huh?
I can even give you plus one and then you can say anything.
Bro, you see, this strategy of when you are exposing certain things, then it comes in just to, distort you. It will not do anything to me. Yes. What I'm saying is that, let's say, if the FOB today is 1 cedi, government says 70%. So it means that you get 70 pesos off the 1 cedi. Are you getting it? Now, a government can decide that, okay, for me, looking at the circumstances, I can give you 90%. But you cannot come down, maybe 69%. You cannot. The law is that 70% of FOB. When they were in government and they were paying cocoa farmers with the FOBs, what was the benchmark? Can he tell us?
Yes, the world market price.
You see?
The world market price is the benchmark.
Misleading. Look, Kojo, we were here when cocoa price went to $9,000 per metric ton. That time, when you say you want to pay 70% of the FOB, you pay 6,000 something. And they pay 3,000. You are here saying this year. Instead of paying the 6,000, you got 9,000 per bag. Instead of paying them 6,000, you pay them 3,000. And you are here saying what? Please. Me. Bruce. What I like about this bill is that you cannot just go and say, I'm cutting down my cocoa trees. We've seen a lot of videos when people were cutting down cocoa trees that they were going to do galamsey with impunity.
That's the word.
With impunity. We are going to, they will say, gala, ye gala, ye cocoa nagu. And we sit down and be watching a very essential cash crop. We destroy it. What? I've been traveling. One man tried to cut a part of a tree, which was, growing to the roof. So when he cut some small branch, he was arrested, put before the court, and he was fined. This thing happened in Germany, Munich. It happened. Just trying to trim the trees, he was arrested and put before court and fined. It's not a cash crop, just ordinary, tree.
Okay, so let me ask you a question here. Mm-hmm. What is the difference between the world market price and the FOB? I'm asking this because in the manifesto, it says ensuring regular cocoa price increments depending in line with cocoa market trends. So what is the difference between the world market price and the FOB?
No, you see, let's say we are buying cocoa or we are selling cocoa, let's say $10,000 per metric ton. How many bags makes a metric ton? About 9 bags. Are you getting it? You divide 9.
I'm coming. He is a farmer. Is it?
No, this is mathematics. This is mathematics.
It's only 60 a ton. It's 67. It's 65. 64 bags. 64 bags. 54 kilos a bag. So how can 9 bags be a ton?
No, maybe
so how many bags make that?
Maybe he picked it from the 100.
No, but a ton is 1,000.
Yes, so
kilos. So how can 9 of 64 be a ton? Stop defending him, my brother. He knows that. He was a teacher. So why are you defending him? Why are you defending him?
Answer my question.
Stop that thing, honorable.
Okay,
he says 9.
You teach me.
How many bags? 64 kg is 1 bag. So you divide 64 by 1,000, that will give you the number of bags that makes it.
So how many bags makes a ton?
It's about 16, yes.
No.
Don't mind me. You are the one defending. So he said 9 bags.
So let's say 16 bags. Let's take it out. I will go through it and then. Are you getting it? I have the note even here. I will check.
No, you are making a very important point.
Yeah. So you divide the ton into, then you see 1 bag will give you this based on your prevailing exchange rate. Are you getting it? So if the reason why some farmers suffer under this administration is that the last period the exchange rate was 17 cedis per $1, and this time by the time they were doing it, it was 10 cedis plus. So automatically the price will come down. Are you getting it? Automatically, because of the exchange rate, the price will come down. It doesn't mean that government deliberately reduce the price of this thing. Because these are some of the things, the world market price, you look at your exchange rate and other factors to determine the price of the cocoa.
Okay, all right. But I'll take you still back to that question. During the campaign 2024, your promise was you would give farmers 70% of the producer price.
Yes.
And the president again reiterated months after. The producer price is the world market price, not so. Is the FOB the same as the producer price?
Thank you. You see, you've allowed Kojo once again to set the tune for
this. No, that's not the point.
He deliberately did that too.
No, that's the point.
Let me
important.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Policy. No, this is the policy. This is the policy drafted. I will come to talk about something. This is the policy drafted. That will be spearheaded by Cocoa Board.
Yeah.
That now we are regularizing our law.
Okay.
And we are giving them the mandate to act in the best interest of this nation. And by extension, the farmer down there.
Okay.
And we assume that if the world price of cocoa is 1,000 Ghana, what is the name? Cocoa Board will go and be bidding for what? 100 Ghana cedi. You see, laws you make will be rational because you have to act rationally in the best interest. And this morning we started by talking about
the. So you're saying that if the world market price is 100,
yes,
Cocoa Board cannot get 100.
No, that's what I'm saying. That if the what we are simply saying by Kojo's fear is that it should be the price at which the Cocoa Board goes into, not the world market price. And I'm asking a question that rationally we assume that the Cocoa Board that is set up per our laws to be able to act in the best interest of Ghana and by extension the farmer will see a world price that is 100 Ghana cedi. I'm just using Ghana cedi here. And they'll be bidding for what? 50 Ghana cedi instead of the 100 Ghana cedi. Is that what we are saying? No. And the people, the FOB is even better because what they are simply saying is that, and he said the CIF, we are simply saying is that the moment we move the cocoa into the ship, risk everything is transferred to the one who is buying. If you take it there and it sinks, you won't come and be telling us that, no, we didn't get to the destination. That's why I say FOB price is free on board. Once you get to the ship, that's it. The farmer is safe.
Okay, so definitely that will be a bit lesser than the world market.
You are shifting the risk.
Because of
it makes so much sense. Because you don't take care of the insurance, you don't make sure that you pay for freighting until it gets to the person. No, the moment it gets to the port and it is put on the ship, like that's it.
So you're admitting that FOB will be lesser?
No, in terms of no, you're talking about in terms of risk and everything. They are components.
Yes, but it will be lesser.
It's more safer. I'm not even going to use the word lesser. It's going to be safer in terms of doing business. That's the understanding. It's going to be safer.
So you guys
but you get a point where the question is asked of when you were on campaign, you said
world market price.
Yes, exactly. Even the FOB is world market price, but the processes involved. That's what it is. You cannot say FOB is. I just made a opening statement here. You see, no, but the point is that, no, I'm saying that, there's a reason. Before we set up any law, there should be reasoning and there should be rationale why it is. Because before even you bring any policy, you have to come and give the policy rationale for this law that you are going to make. And you and me sitting down here, somewhere 1870, a patriotic Ghanaian traveled somewhere and returned in 1876. Established a first cocoa farm in 1879 in the eastern region. The first export of cocoa beans, 2 bags, was done in 1893. Fast forward down, today we are 2026. That's about 133 years. Today we are thinking about making sure we regularize the fragmented policies together so that we can be governed by law. So that the politics of cocoa beans, that parliamentarians and politicians will leave their offices and go and be in the farm, talking with the politicians. Let's stop it now. Something should gag us. The impunity like Hobson talks about, that a farmer can decide that, even show video and be cutting the cocoa because they think that they are going to do, it's more beneficial to do a galamsey than even a cocoa. Meanwhile, we all know over a century now and 3 decades, cocoa has been the bedrock of this economy. So if today we have decided that based on the exigencies of what we are doing, beyond just protecting our environment, let's make this a protected being, and we are establishing the law. Out of the law, I think it is 131 clauses. They are just pointing out 2 or 3 clauses. What is even much more appealing, I've heard a lot of them talk, it's from clause 80 to 85. That's what they're talking about.
They have issues with it.
And I'm telling you, the composition of parliament as per every committee is both minority and majority. They go and discuss it and bring a report. The optics in the plenary, don't mind those ones. The one reading is part of the committee. They went and agreed on everything. So what are you talking about? They are now begging the president not to accept his signature, something that is even going to give our 70% FOB that you talk about, something that is going to enhance even preparing Ghana for the after concept. 50% of the cocoa beans will be processed here locally. Is it small? Something that is going to establish.
Who's going to pay for the difference?
Which difference?
Okay. The local production does light crop.
Yes.
Light crop is cheaper than the main crop.
Yes.
You are saying that you're going to give 50% of main crop to the producer.
Yes.
He gets the light crop cheaper. Let me ask the question. The local manufacturer buys light crop. Light crop is cheaper than the main crop.
Yes.
Now you're going to give the main crop to the local producer. Is he going to pay the same price he pays for light crop or the main crop?
Who's going to pay the Is it because you are a friend? Otherwise, you are not the host to ask me this question. But I'm going to tell you that we were once beautifully being guided as Ghanaians, that we know the cost of everything but the benefits of nothing by President Akufo.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you that the fact that we are paying money to educate the cocoa son, the cocoa person's child, where do we expect the child to get a job?
No, but
I'm just telling you. No, you are. I'm not being prophetic. You ask me a question. Let me answer you. No, let me ask you a question. I am telling you that we cannot translate everything into just a financial benefit.
Very important.
No. Let me tell. No, in this aspect, to be able to build a robust economy that will have a something that you and me cannot quantify financially. It's also very important.
So who pays?
I am telling you that Cocoa Board is to manage everything.
Cocoa Board will pay the difference.
Why? This question I cannot say yes or no to.
The debt you left.
Then you go.
Is it not government?
So you see, so their policy is going to bring indebtedness.
No, it's not indebtedness. It's not indebtedness.
I'm grateful. My
Bruce.
No,
land.
Let me.
Bruce, do you remember the debt that they left? Do you remember?
No, forget about.
Cocoa board at Cocoa board. But you remember?
We don't even want to talk about that rot. That is why we are bringing this law to regulate the system to make sure that the full benefits goes to the farmer. For over a century plus, we are still calling the farmer who does cocoa as a poor farmer. But today, if laws are coming, they might not be that easily consumed. But why is it? What's the fear? Right. What's the fear that if they tell you that if you want to convert your cocoa farming, so seek for approval? What's the fear? What's the fear? Now they are saying that where there's a cocoa farm, about 500 meters of it, you cannot do mining. What's the fear? I'm just asking. This is a law.
Another law.
Yes.
500 meters from cocoa farm, you cannot do mining.
Yes.
You remember the meters from river bodies that you cannot do mining?
Oh no, you see, you cannot punish people without laws being set up. Criminal offenses must have a law established before. And we cannot do retroactive punishment. So this is about cocoa. That's why somebody who was cutting his cocoa, we cannot punish him because there's no law to that. Today, there's a law. People have been convicted because of what? Mining laws.
Some years back, cocoa farmers were the richest people.
They are comparing. No, he's trying to get a supporter.
Some years back, cocoa farmers were the richest people in this country. But why is it today?
But they still are.
So I'm saying that some years back, they were the richest people, cocoa farmers.
Who said we are poor?
Huh?
Who told you we are poor?
No.
The fact that you paid us less.
I'm just saying
the fact that NDC paid us less, they owe us.
The point is that NDC, led by President John Mahama, has been consistent, has put the farmer at the center stage of this cocoa business and making sure that there's a law that will regulate how we all operate and get the full benefits of cocoa.
Okay,
that's the point.
But there's a
so I don't know where the fear is.
Having the law and making it work.
No, you and me help implement the law. Yes, you. Your platform is huge, and whatever you say works.
They are law enforcement.
You have a duty
because of
given to you by the Constitution.
But people are suffering. People are suffering.
Haven't you spoken about
people are suffering?
The law says,
you will be the MPs are suffering because you report.
The law says 100 meters away from water body.
Yes.
No mining. What do we see?
But are we not chasing them? Are we not arresting them? Are we not prosecuting them?
What are you chasing? Have you seen what I'm saying?
Is it not happening?
How many years?
Is it not happening?
How many years have we?
Is it not happening? I'm asking you. Is it not
111?
There's one thing asking about winning.
Abandon agenda 111. Galam saying we should shoot them.
You people say if we get to do it, we'll win it.
No, so that's what we are doing. We are not playing. We are making sure that
it's not about the law. It's about what we want to do.
But you first have to set the law before you have the will.
Let him talk. You're taking your time.
No, don't say here.
The man has turned himself into a debater.
No, I'm not a debater.
Exactly.
No. You see, when it comes to what I'm saying, we have reported.
We are talking about cocoa
several times. I'm talking about law. That I'm saying we have a law which says that nobody.
So my colleague
mine 100 meters away from the water body.
And so,
yet we've started in this country. We have all this law. We have law enforcement. And we have allowed people to stay.
There are even laws that says that no one should steal in this country. People are still stealing. So what I say? Why do you make it look at
He's agreed that the reset has failed.
No, the reset is on course. That's why you are panicking.
You see,
that's why you are panicking.
The whole thing, I think that has to do with the argument between, the world market price and then the fleet on board, let's see. And the world market price normally is paid when it is determined by the buyer, all right, and at the world stage. And so you go for a uniform price, or a certain range of prices within the world market. Then the fleet on board is when the price is determined when the cocoa is actually loaded into a container to take off. And what it means is that Ghana now depends on its premium, quality, cocoa quality. And that is why Ghana would always have a negotiated price before the beans will leave Ghana. But then, I think that what the law is saying is what we need clarity on.
The law is clear. Don't follow Kojo. The law is very clear. Doc, don't follow. Don't follow Kojo. The law is very clear.
Doc, please.
So this is where I make out of it. That you see, when you look at the issue about what the law is saying, about what Cocoa Board realizes in terms of its probably negotiation with the buyer, all right, as to whether there will be issues of transparency for us to know that, yes, indeed, the 70% gross FOB is what is being given to the cocoa farmer, you know, is where the clarity should be coming from. Okay. All right.
It's very clear.
And I think that if that clarity is done, what it means is that the cocoa farmer is going to be richer.
Okay.
All right. But, why?
Our time is up. There's a live event. There's a live event that is coming in. That's why. Forgive me.
You gave...
you wake us up at 4 a.m.
No, there's a live event. It's not how it's always like this.
Yeah, so let me...
So just land for me.
I think that the Ghanaian cocoa farmer has been poor for a very long time.
Okay.
All right. Probably this is going to be a liberation.
Yes.
I think that the transparency, the clarity of the law should come. It should come. Secondly, this whole bill, one thing that I think that it should be enforced, has to do with the pension of the cocoa farmer.
Yes.
It should be enforced.
Yes. Okay.
And you see, you go to the villages and you see my uncles and co in Asante Achime Kutiase, who are over 70 years and still going to the cocoa farm. Yeah. So the question is, at what age should the cocoa farmer go on pension?
All right.
But in the village sometimes...
Thank you very much.
You can walk to the farm.
I am grateful.
So you know if you give us 1 minute...
The way you are pulling us...
It is a live event. It's a live event. It doesn't always happen.
The gap in the pension, you should try and address it.
Yes. Okay. Mohammed Isabatagda is MP for Sisala East and board member of TOR. Our Director of Operations, Hobson Adoye, is Director of Field Operations of the United Party. We'll call him Commander.
But you do know something.
Hey.
The Cocoa Board Scholarship, that some time ago was given to the cocoa farmers' children.
It was not going to the children.
So the one that is coming now
should go to the
exactly.
The law indicates it. That's why Kojo will not hire.
Kojo Poku is the Executive Director of East Step and a member of the MPP's communications team. And Dr. Bernard Tutubuan is a lecturer in political marketing at the University of Education, wherever. Thank you very much. You are a VIP as well. Keep watching. AM News Review, sponsored by Syntex Pipes, Pegasus Publishing, and Awake Purified Drinking Water. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with a lot more. Please do stay on.
In Ghana today, when a civil servant is caught in corruption, he is either suspended or dismissed. But when a political leader is caught, all we hear is, oh, we are setting up a committee and let us allow investigations to work. And before you realize, their names have been cleared, quiet.
My opponent obviously generated their point from alibaba.com. Otherwise, they would have discovered that 74% of all corruption cases in Africa are as a result of civil servants and not the politicians, as reported by Transparency International in the year 2022.
The battle of brilliant ideas is back. The 2026 Love FM Kel Chaco Toothpaste High Schools debate is finally here, bringing together the brightest young minds from across the Ashanti region to challenge opinions, defend facts, and inspire a new generation of leaders. Watch students from some of the region's finest senior high schools go head-to-head on thought-provoking national and global issues as they battle for glory, pride, and the ultimate debate championship. Love FM Kel Chaco Toothpaste High Schools Debate is in partnership with the Ashanti Regional SRC, CHAS, and the Regional Directorate of GES. Love FM Kel Chaco Toothpaste High Schools Debate, trumpeting the voice of young ones on issues of national interest. Powered by
house, there's no place to hide. And even when you think no one is watching, the energy can swing in an instant. This BB Nigeria Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale, because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking when the world watches. Be outshined, or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Nigeria Season 11, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Yeah.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
Yeah, me now they see. Hey, you look fresh. Oh.
Wait till you see what's inside me.
Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead, buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Missed passes? Bad referee decisions? Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a straight win this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-50-10-175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra, Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's talk about, Habitat Fair. This year is going to happen again, and one of the people who've been coming always is St. Gobain, Ghana. We're blessed to have in the studio Marvelous Gordon, who is the sales manager for the company. Hi, Max. Everything good? Marvelous?
Good. Everything is fine.
So after the last Habitat Fair, yes, how has things been for St. Gobain, actually?
Oh, it's been pretty good. I mean, Habitat Fair arguably is one of the biggest events of this nature in Ghana. So obviously, whenever the aftermath of every fair, we definitely see a lot of traffic, a lot of engagement, and people showing a lot of interest in what we do. As far as product offerings are concerned, Habitat Fair has also helped us to be able to, scale up in our operations because we engage with the people on the ground and we get to understand the specific needs, and that has also gone into some of the, new development and products that we have been able to come up with in the last couple of years. So yes, it's always a very good engagement.
So we are preparing for another edition of Habitat Fair.
Yeah.
What is in stock for us, those who will be coming there to patronize?
I mean, so St. Gobain, first of all, we are construction material manufacturers. So we design our own products. So clearly innovation is very key to what we do. We go ahead to manufacture these products, and then we distribute. So those are the three core functions within our operations. So essentially, we work with homeowners, we work with developers, we work with contractors, essentially providing solutions to everyday construction challenges. Challenges that border on concrete performance, as well as concrete workability with our concrete admixtures. So for ready mix, for precast and block molders, this is a very good product for them. We also do with the cement aid business, which is for the cement manufacturers, what we call the grinding aid. We provide solutions around waterproofing of all kinds, from foundation, waterproofing, internal wet areas, all the way through to rooftop terraces, so the full spectrum of the waterproofing range. We also do rising damp solutions. So the issue of rising dampness, of course,
it's becoming a major challenge.
A major challenge, of course, within the country. So we do very practical solutions for rising dampness. We also do concrete repairs and crack and sealant solutions. So these are a basket of solutions that we deal in, and of course we are bringing to the Habitat Fair this year. In Saint-Gobain, we have a commitment to make the world a better home. This is what we believe in. For us, what that means is that we want to help create, living spaces that are able to serve the people who live and work in them, not just in terms of the now, but over, the long period of time. So durability and quality is very key to our.
Do you have a product where, for example, if I have a cast on my building, and I've not, the second building is not on, and I can put it there so when it rains, it doesn't give that moldy thing underneath it?
Yes. So that comes in our waterproofing range. Okay. So we do offer that kind of solution. Okay. So that will fall under the waterproofing solutions and systems. If I get what you mean, you have a building that has a concrete roof of some sort. Yes. So we have that. Different solutions. We have PU. We have cementitious base, we have integral waterproofing. Waterproofing is not just a product solution, but is a system solution. So an aggregation of different products come together to give you the effect or the protection that you need. So yes, this year, especially because of the rains, we have had a lot of complaints and a lot of interest in such solutions. And yes, these are one of the products that we'll definitely be bringing to the fair.
So there is a wow moment about what you're going to bring us?
Of course, there is always a wow moment with Saint-Gobain. The solutions that we bring on board cuts across everything within the built environment, regardless of what your challenges are. For us, the fair provides us an opportunity to be able to engage with people, to get first-hand information on what their challenges might be, and then to be able to work out a solution that is tailor-made to be able to fit and ensure that it is actually solving the problem that the people really have. So yes, always with us there is always a wow moment, because when your problem is solved, obviously you will definitely be encouraged by the people.
So even before we come to the exhibition, if we want your product, where can we locate you or your branches?
We are on the Spintex Square building, on the Spintex Road. You can also find us on our social media, Saint-Gobain Ghana, on Facebook as well as on LinkedIn. We also have a contact number. You can reach us on 0559 746 796. We also have another contact for 054 3890 599.
But you don't have branches?
No, we
because
do.
what you said, maybe if I'm at the other part of the country and I want your product,
so
what do I do?
We do, although of course as manufacturers we have a lot of distributors around the country, in Accra, in Kumasi and beyond. So we have most of our distributors in many of the business construction districts, on the Spintex Road, in Accra, the Kojo Thompson Avenue, in Kumasi, in Takoradi. So we have a lot of the distribution network all around the country. So our products are very close to you, regardless of where you are.
Okay. Just before we wrap up, what will be your last words to our viewers?
So of course, I want to say that, what we have observed in Ghana is that most of the construction challenges that we face in Ghana is because we do not incorporate the right solutions or make the right decisions from the start. So it's important as somebody who is looking to build or buy a home to make those decisions that, last the test of time. Sometimes we are fixated on the immediate cost, to try and save on the immediate cost, and then we forgo the long-term cost, of building. So it's important that you talk to the right people, approach the right professionals to give you the right, the right feedback or the right advice you need to be able to start your construction journey. And Saint-Gobain will be a very good place to start.
Especially I'm intrigued by your dampness solution, because lately dampness has really become a major challenge to a lot of builders.
Absolutely.
You build within 3 or 4 years, you see the rising damper, And so if you have a solution, that's quite an intriguing one that people should come to you for.
Yeah, we really do have a very practical solution to help you. And the good thing for us is that regardless of, the stage of construction where you are, whether you are starting, whether the building is already up, you're doing renovation, no matter where we meet you in your project life cycle, we still have a product for you to be able to help, fix the problem. It's always important to fix it from the very start, but in the case where you have missed that, we still have intervention products that can still help you to be able to mitigate against that.
All right. It's been wonderful talking to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Marvelous. There he is, marketing manager for Saint-Gobain Ghana. Marvelous Godwin.
Thank you so
much.
much.
All the best.
Thank you.
We'll meet at the Habitat Fair.
Sure, thank you.
Right. And I'd love to meet you as well, patronizing some of the product from Saint-Gobain. They've mentioned an array of, solutions that they have for you and your build space. Let's meet them so we can all participate in that. We'll have a lot more for you here on the AM show. We're taking a quick break. Don't go away.
Through every stage of life, let's go. Some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era. Love was service. The silent statement of love. A forceful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is there.
Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
When a civil servant is caught in corruption, he is either suspended or dismissed. But when a political leader is caught, all we hear is, oh, we are setting up a committee and let us allow investigations to work. And before you realize, their names have been cleared, quiet.
My opponent obviously generated their point from applicants.com. Otherwise, they would have discovered that 74% of all corruption cases in Africa are as a result of civil servants and not the politicians, as reported by Transparency International in the year 2022.
The battle of brilliant ideas is back. The 2026 Love FM Kel Chaco Toothpaste High Schools Debate is finally here, bringing together the brightest young minds from across the Ashanti region to challenge opinions, defend facts, and inspire a new generation of leaders. Watch students from some of the region's finest senior high schools go head-to-head on thought-provoking national and global issues as they battle for glory, pride, and the ultimate debate championship. Love FM Kel Chaco Toothpaste High Schools Debate is in partnership with the Ashanti Regional SRC, CHAS, and the Regional Directorate of GES. Love FM Kel Chaco Toothpaste High Schools Debate, trumpeting the voice of young ones on issues of national interest. Powered by
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7teragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7teragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7teragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7teragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7teragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's talk about the no stress-free policy, right? So the NDC government promised it and they implemented when they came in. But some people have done a study in it. The Caston Research has done a study into that particular one, and we're bringing that to you. We have Dr. Abraham Brown. He's Director of Research, Caston Research Limited. He's joining us via Zoom. And in studio, I have Samuel Amponsan, Head of Regional Research, Caston Research Limited. Sami, good morning to you.
Good morning, Kojo.
I hope all is well.
I'm fine.
And to you, Dr. Brown, good morning as well.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
Great. So Sami, I mean, why there? What moved you to say you want to do this research? Because it's been just a year after.
Yeah, thank you, Kojo. So, this policy is one of the flagship policies of the NDC. So when it was launched or introduced, we decided to, in fact, the main objective of this exercise was to understand the level of uptake, then the impact of the policy on eligible first-year students on public tertiary institutions.
Okay.
So that was the main objective of this survey.
And what did your study find?
So the outcome was positive. I mean, students, most of the students were satisfied with the policy because it has really alleviated the issue of paying school fees, then issue of paying, buying books. I mean, in general, most of the students were satisfied with the policy.
Okay, so take us through the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go through the numbers.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at it, we have the focus was in the Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Northern region.
Yeah, so these three universities represent the Northern Belt, the Middle Belt, and the Southern Belt.
Okay, so Southern Belt is University of Ghana.
Northern
is UDS and Tablet Teaching.
Yes,
Technical University.
Yes, but where we added other tertiary institutions.
Okay, all right. And then the Middle Belt, you have KNUST and then Kumasi Technical University.
Kumasi Technical University, yes.
Okay,
please.
so after that, the question was, have you applied? What was the response?
Yeah, so when you look at the data, you can see that for Greater Accra and Ashanti, the response rate was good. I mean, a lot of people have really received it, but the issue has to do with the Northern region. The Northern region.
So I guess the orange is the yes.
Yes.
And the blue is the no.
Yes.
Okay. But Northern region, they seem apart.
Yes, Northern region, a lot of the students have not received.
What reasons did they give?
Pardon me?
What reasons did they give?
The main challenge for from the survey that we did, the main challenge has to do with the flexibility of the portal. Most of the students were, in fact, it cut across all the other institutions. Navigating through the portal, most of them were having issues with it. So people, because of that, they were not able to continue with the process. Yes, okay. They were having issues with it.
Okay, so so the issues about the non-easiness of navigating through
the portal
is what led to the northern people.
Yeah, and then the second other issue was the Ghana card. You see, it was one of the main criteria because without the Ghana card, you can't continue.
Okay.
So apart from the flexibility of the portal, the second issue has to do with Ghana card. Most of the students were not having their Ghana card, so because of that, you cannot continue. So these were the two major issues.
But why is it an issue for those in the northern region?
In fact, the next wave, maybe we'll delve further and find out what really is the issue, because we can't tell. We don't want to guess, but maybe in the next wave, we need to delve further to find out why the low turnout for northern region. Okay. Because northern region figure is quite low. So in the next wave, we definitely have to find out what caused that.
So students also answered a question about the requirement for applying too many.
Too many, yes. Yes. So when you look at the data.
Okay, hold on. I think that Dr. Brown wants to make a point.
Okay.
So Doc, you want to make a point?
Yeah, among the reasons why students didn't apply, I mean, Samuel has rightly said that navigating through the portal was a big issue for some of the students, which presumably is why they couldn't apply. Also, they found the entire process time-consuming, which is what others said. And strangely, others actually didn't believe in the no-stress policy at all. So I'm like, okay, if you don't believe in it, then of course you are unlikely to apply. And some students were as well not interested in the policy. So, but the main ones is what Sam just said.
Okay.
Some didn't have the Ghana card, and majority couldn't actually navigate through the portal successfully.
Okay. So believability was also a factor here.
Yes.
But my question is, why is it only a major issue in the north? Because if you look at the Greater Accra and Ashanti region, majority were able to apply. But
you see, when you look at the Ashanti region and Greater Accra, you see, they are the main two key cities in Ghana. So definitely, that's why we are saying we don't want to get. It's possible that maybe there could be connectivity issue. I mean, in northern region. So that's why we don't want to guess. But in the next wave, we'll therefore to find out what really caused it. But we are assuming that it could be connectivity issue.
Okay. So how easy was it to apply on the portal? You said some said there were some difficulties.
Ghana, I mean the Ghana card issue. Some they were skeptical about the policy, so they didn't even partake at all, try to make any efforts to apply for the policy.
My main thing would be, have they received the funds?
Yes. So some have received. No, please, let's go to the next slide. Next slide.
Policy will alleviate. Okay. Have you received the?
So when you look at this data, when we look at Ashanti region, 67.9% said yes, they've received it. They've received it.
Okay.
And then when it comes to Accra, that is 69.5. They've also received it. But when you go to Northern region, because people were having issues with accessing the portal, most of the students they said no.
No, but this figure is out of those who were able to apply. And if having been able to apply, 74.5% say
they've not received
applied,
yes.
have not received it.
They've not received it.
Why?
We did not.
In fact,
Dr. Brown wants to make a point.
We've not found out why. So all this will be considered during the second wave. Yes, during the second wave, then we'll find out why. It could be possible that maybe some of them they've applied all right, but maybe the requirement, they didn't meet the requirement. Maybe they were asked to maybe update whatever information that they were given. But
these level 100 will be going to level 200 soon. Not so. Dr. Brown, let me bring you in. These level 100 will be going to level 200 soon. Because I know
these are level 100. We carried out this pool when they were in level 100. These are students who are now in level 200. They are now in their second year.
So would they ever receive these monies if they have not received them?
It's a question we can't answer. But you know what? Sam is saying it's most likely why in the northern region majority haven't received it, though they have applied. And chances are that they actually didn't provide all the requirements, in terms of the additional documents that has to be provided in order to meet the requirement, the criteria to get your fund. But our next wave, we intend to delve into these issues and then understand much better why some students have not received their money for this particular policy. But it's a very good initiative. Most students really welcomed it. They had favorable opinion towards the entire policy. And it does have benefits. I think Sam will share some of the benefits with our audience. It does have very good benefits, apart from the fact that it lessen or eased the financial burden on parents and therefore students. It also has effects on their academic performance, which is extremely important, because if they perform well, chances are that they are going to come out with good grades and also get better jobs. Okay. So it does have this rippling effect, and in that sense, students like the policy.
Okay,
right? So I think the issue is not everyone has received it, though they have applied. So it's worth delving into.
Okay, so Sam, every research work comes with recommendations based on your findings. What are the recommendations from this survey you did?
So, first of all, like Kojo Doc said, the policy is student appreciated. So one of the major things that we are recommending is that it has to do with the flexibility of the portal. And I think that maybe it was the first time there was so much pressure, so everybody tried to go onto the portal. So the first thing that the authorities in charge have to look at the flexibility of the portal, because that is the major issue, the flexibility of the portal. So I'm thinking that if they're able to, because in terms of the requirements, students are saying the requirements are not so much, but I think it has to do with the portal. So if we are able to work around the portal, I think we should see good figures, coming out of this.
I'm grateful to you, Samuel Amponsan, Head of Regional Research, Casting Research Limited, for coming on the show. And also to you, Dr. Abraham Brown, Director of Research, Casting Research Limited. Thanks very much for joining us as well. This is an important conversation we just had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, a belated birthday to you, my big sister Evelyn Nyankson in Abra. Aunt Evelyn, happy birthday, a belated birthday. God should continuously bless you. You are a good woman with a good heart, and I am blessed to have you in my life. So may the good Lord bless you. Evelyn Yankson of Abra. May the good Lord himself keep elevating you. I would part to you, Atta. And then I attended Unity Academy. Old students, we're having a reunion on Friday 28th and Saturday 29th of August 2026 at the Aqua Macarius Apollo Takrade. Please, if you attend the Unity Academy, this is the time. Let's meet, because look, it's been so many years since we left the school. Let's meet, catch up, and reconnect again. So I'd love to see you there on the 28th and 29th of August in Takrade. Unity Academy, we say, Unity scholars ask for wisdom. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with a lot more here on the show. Do stay on. And I'm sure you enjoyed the coverage we brought to you during the World Cup, right? When the sports team was everywhere in the United States bringing you all of those updates. The company that made it possible was Litina Travel. I'm sure you could see that proper company that has that track record. And today I'm joined in the studio by the CEO of the company, Ernestina Abrokwa. Auntie Tina, good morning.
Good morning.
All good?
All good.
Okay. So let's talk about Litina. I know you sent our people abroad. How long have you been in business?
Since 2000. So this is our 26th year.
That's long ago.
Yes.
Whoa.
26 years in travel and tourism.
Wow.
Yes.
And why is Litina exceptional?
Well, it's consistency. You know, some people start business, they do this year, they do that. No, but we have remained consistent. We have followed the trend. We forecast into the travel industry and see changes, and then we also align our business to that, so that we are able to stay on top.
Okay. I'm told there's a trip to China.
Yes.
Why should people join this China and Dubai trip?
Yes, you know, China has been doing these trade fairs since 1957. The year Ghana got independence is when they started this Canton Fair. And this year's October session will be the 140th session. But let's come to why Ghanaians should go to China in these days. You know, since the Strait of Hormuz is blocked and all that, it hasn't affected China's business. The back and forth to the US hasn't affected China's business. When I say it hasn't affected, I'm saying the main sea routes that ships come to Ghana hasn't been, and even to the continent, has not been affected.
Okay.
Now, why China? Most Ghanaians would rather save their monies in the bank, and then they'll get surprise haircuts. They don't allow the money to work for them. But not to go to that direction more. Ghanaians often want to source products, and then they'll say, oh, but I don't know anyone in China. I don't know where am I going to start from, where am I going to... But when we put a package like this together, you get to travel with a group which is safe, your interest is aligned, we are able to arrange proper sourcing, we take out all the middlemen, and then we give you the experience that you want, especially for your product. So we're looking for people who are prospecting. I've got people who have called us and said, oh, we don't know yet what business we're supposed to go in. We want our money to work for us for a start.
Okay.
We want to go to China, but we don't know, we don't have any business in mind yet, but we want to go and prospect. This is the opportunity for you to join. So, in a nutshell, this is what it is.
So more like opportunities are available. But how would the Canton Fair help participants grow their businesses? And for those who are yet to get into it, even motivate people to then start?
Yes. So you see, the Canton Fair is a platform that brings buyers and sellers together. It takes away all middlemen. No, you are meeting manufacturers directly.
Okay.
And trust me, you're not just meeting one manufacturer in one particular product. You are meeting maybe 10 or 20 in the same product. So assuming you're looking for like your watch, you're not meeting just one person, you're meeting so many. In that way, variety, you are able to compare price, you're able to compare quality and all that. So if you are looking for the opportunity that would grow your business, this is the best platform. But aside the Canton Fair, you know, we also arrange business meetings for you.
Okay.
We also arrange factory visits. We try to customize your needs. So you may say, okay, I didn't see much, but I want you, Litina, to arrange proper sourcing for me. We can arrange different factory visits for about 3 or 4 factory visits for your product alone, for you to come to a conclusion that, look, this is what I want, and this is the person I want to buy from, or this is the factory I want to buy from.
I'm motivated to join, huh?
You don't need to be a business person.
Okay.
We have people who are like, I want leisure, but when you have leisure and business too,
they be,
you know.
Yeah.
So, if you don't, you're saying, oh, this is for business people, please don't write it off. You can join. And at the end of the day, you get your leisure, and then you also get the opportunity to see how you can do your business better.
Okay.
Yes.
But what is made up of this trip to make it travel easy?
Yes. So our track record, you know, this is not our first time we are doing the China trip, China business trip. We started as far back as 2008. Then the market woman had just discovered China.
Okay.
So we will advertise small on Daily Graphic. We do a small Litina China trip. The bus is leaving. We'll have this market women. Some of them, they have difficulty maneuvering a visa, hotel. They just want someone who can...
We'll do it all for them.
And then when we take off, we'll go through Hong Kong. Maybe we'll do a stop in Hong Kong. Then most of the flight would fly through Hong Kong first. We'll do 2 days in Hong Kong, and then we take the train to Guangzhou, and then do the shoppings and come back. Or sometimes even a stop in Thailand. And then over the years, we've done so many of such for the banks. We've done it for Absa Bank, Barclays Bank in 2019. We've done Cal Bank on 2 occasions, 2 years running. That's 2022 and 2023. And then we've done Access Bank just recently, last year. So we have been making sure that we are always helping Ghanaian business people who want to be able to see their business grow, get product directly, source from different, you can buy from different buyers, not necessarily just one.
Okay.
Give you that community, safe community, so that you are not left alone, like you're not just
wandering around,
and then you fall into bad hands, and someone will just take your money and run with it. We have been organizing this consistently, and this year we are saying, look, we have been able to secure over 100 seats on Emirates.
Okay. Wow.
And yes, and to be able to do that, you should have planned way ahead. October is really busy in Ghana. Sometimes if you don't do it early, you might even not get a seat. You go into the system and there's no seats to China because it's all taken. But at least we have secured that already on Emirates to make sure that people book their slots now.
Okay.
And it doesn't take much to book your slot. Just $500, and then your name is placed. You are booked, and then we can start the processing for you.
Okay.
So,
so it means that the package involves flight, your hotel
visa,
reservation,
hotel, transfers, factory visits, the fare itself, and then we have a stopover in Dubai.
Okay.
Of course, you see, most business people don't get time to relax. They are going, they go and buy this and come back. But once you are using Emirates, we take a day off and we give you a spa treatment, all on our on our account. And then
spa today is good.
I'm telling you.
And spa in Dubai.
I'm telling you, if you touch some of the business people, if you touch their back, you can see spots of hardened muscles. We give you that treatment so that we combine business and leisure. As a travel agency, you should be able to see what your clients need. You have to give them an all-inclusive package. So 10 days in China, sourcing, making sure you have you take advantage of the fare, and then our factory visit and our sourcing, our serious sourcing packages, and then we give you a relaxation in Dubai. Just sleep, get a spa treatment, and then we entertain you with a few tours to go and see other parts of Dubai. And so it's not just for business, it's business and leisure, purely business, and then a little spice of leisure entertainment. That is our hallmark.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
But if I listen to it, it will cost me a lot. How much will it cost me to be part?
So our packages are starting from as low as $3,200 to as much as $4,200. Some people have different needs, of course. And some say, I don't want to sleep. I want a room to myself. Some say, I want business class. Some people, we have different levels of business. But like I said, the most important thing is for you to be able to make it this October to China for our business trip. All we need is a deposit of $500 or its equivalent in cedis, and then your slot is secured. And Ghanaians, last minute people, China visa is not that. It takes a little bit of time. Yeah. So if you come in October, you're already late. So come now. Yes.
I mean, it's quite affordable anyway. I thought it was going to be
like
quite high. But
$10,000.
But it's And this is how many days?
10 days in China, 2 days in Dubai.
Oh, this is affordable.
Yes.
Because even if you pay $4,000, which is $400 a day, it's even less because it's 10 days in China.
Yes.
Very affordable. So you guys out there would have to be part of Litina's travel to China and Dubai. It's a wonderful package. You're going to go to the Canton Fair, establish business partnerships and connections, and you don't know who you meet on that travel. Maybe because of this travel, you meet a very big business partner, and then it can change things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a very, very sweet package. And so if someone wants to reach out to you, how should they?
Yes, so the best is to come to our office. We are in the Alisa Hotel, Northridge, or you can call me personally, Tina, on 0244-260-789.
You have to take your time there and
okay, so the most important thing is Litina is located inside the Alisa Hotel, Northridge.
Okay.
And my number, I like to always engage my clients because I want to give them top-notch service. So my number is 0244 260 789.
789. Yes. Okay. 0244 260 789. Okay, so this is for Litina travel. They will take you to China and Dubai. Combination is 12 days. Yes. And the maximum is $4,000.
Minimum $3,200.
$3,000, yeah. So
$3,200.
Let us all be part of this particular travel. Let us go establish business connections. Business drives the world, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
It's business that drives the world. So let's take advantage of this one. So, okay. We're just about wrapping up, but why should someone actually repeat this for me? Why should I be part of this trip? Because if I have not used your services before, why should I trust Litina to be on this trip?
Well, Litina is a trusted brand. You must know that we have been around for much longer. We have done this over and over. This is nothing for us at all. Okay. I've already mentioned that we have been organizing business trip for customers of several banks already. We've done that for Absa Bank. That was Barclays then. We did China. For Absa, we did China, Turkey, and Dubai. 3 in a row. Okay. And then we did for Cal Bank twice. And then we've done Access Bank just recently. So aside that, you know our track record with mass tourism. So we do huge numbers. Like for the World Cup.
Yeah, you took us to the World Cup.
Yes, we've done, and that's not the, we've done, this was our third World Cup. We do mass tourism. So everything is in mass. When you do mass, the prices are cheaper and it's affordable for everyone.
Okay. All right. Ernestina Abrokwa, CEO of Litina Travel. I'm grateful for joining us here.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
I have my boss there. She's called Abla.
Abla.
Take her details. I'll pay for her to be part of the trip. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right then. Okay. So that's what it is. Let's now cross over to the Republic Bank, where, as you know, they and Joy News, we've partnered to bring you the Habitat Fair. So my beautiful colleague Emefa Adeti is standing by to bring you that particular event. So let's cross over now.
You, the central spine of the Republic Bank, those who make it quite difficult, not make it difficult for you to bank here at the Republic Bank. This morning, we're joined by Dr. Benjamin Joboku. He is Managing Director, the Republic Bank. Please, let's be kind to him with the applause. We also have Mr. Venus Fritz. He is Chief Operating Officer. We also have Mr. Frank Yauvi Lawe. He is Chief Risk Officer as well. We've got Mr. Ferguson Oforiata. He is Chief Finance Officer. Mrs. Ikuya Oduraboche is Company Secretary, and Mr. Tete Mama as well is Head Human Resource here at the Republic Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling you why we're here, but the branch manager for the Joy branch here at the Multimedia Group will flesh it out for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Fifi Kumsen.
Thank you very much, Emefa. Dr. Benjamin Joboku, MD, Republic Bank, Ghana, your clients and customers, our audiences, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years ago, Republic Bank became the title sponsor of the Habitat Fair of our Kumasi brands. That was a very exciting time. And we've had a very exciting journey. As a result of that, just this year, we have had an extension of a further 5 years, and that has been signed. It just signals that there's something good working. Today, in the same spirit, we sign a further, and in this case, for the Accra brands, 3 years partnership with the Republic Bank. That makes Republic Bank the title sponsor of the entire Habitat Fair portfolio of the Multimedia Group nationwide. Thank you. Indeed, that is a statement of confidence, and at the Multimedia Group, we do not take this lightly. We look forward to building this partnership, growing it further into the years ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Fifi. We shall hear from the man who manages the affairs here at the Republic Bank. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, when a man is well achieved, it's important that you tout it and you also celebrate him. Let's get to know Dr. Benjamin Joboku, who is Managing Director at Republic Bank Ghana, PLC. He's, of course, a senior banking professional with more than 2 decades of leadership level experience in financial strategy, accounting, risk management, and internal audits. Prior to his most recent role, Dr. Joboku served as Chief Operating Officer, Republic Bank Ghana, with operational oversight for many of the bank's key functions, including finance, international trade, treasury, internal control, and portfolio management. He also held oversight for the bank subsidiary and as well Republic Trust Limited Company. When I say it and it's nice and it's sweet for you, you clap. Over the course of his career in the bank, he served as General Manager, Retail Banking,